Welcome back to Payne Park. Thanks to KFC and our great mates at Dale Alcock Homes Southwest. We are not very far away from Bounce Down for the big game between Bunbury and Busselton, one that I'm looking forward to. Not sure which way it's going to go. We just went to the team lists of Busselton. They have got a few out, but we'll run through the umpires before we do the umpires for today's game. Talon Guthrie, Cam Valenti and Matt Stewart in the field. Brady Larson, Jamie Harrison and Toby King for the boundary. And the goal umpires will be Vance Burton and Damien Schaffelli. So good luck to all them blokes.
We don't want anyone to run through on Croney. You've got to reword that.
Yeah, that's right. Good luck to them all. John, let's go through a couple of matchups for today's game. Thanks very much to Southern Lock and Security. The ruck duo will be very interesting for mine. I think Busselton will ruck with young Jack Kennedy. And I'm not sure, but I think young Jet Woods might even run in the ruck for Bunbury. Yeah,
I don't know much about young Woods. Normally, Jamin King does the ruck work, so that'll be interesting. Just a bigger body. Young Kennedy's a bit of a beanpole, so he's got the height, but the bulk around the ground will be probably in Bunbury's favour if King's in the ruck. If the two younger guys go at it, it'll be up to the guys on the ground. So, yeah, it could. I think Bunbury probably should around the ground have the ascendancy in the ruck there with Jamin King, I think.
Jamin King, very good footballer, isn't he?
Yeah,
I've seen him go against some a lot bigger ruckmen, and he out-jumps them.
He does, and he just gives you that bit around the ground, which a lot of guys sort of take the knock and just wander off and wait for the next ball up. But he becomes a ruck rover then. He gets a lot of possessions. He's always looking for, to get a possession and help link up and things like that. So he becomes very dangerous. So in that respect, I think, if Busselton let him do that, they're going to pay a price.
You mentioned Harry Creasy before we went on that break. Of course, down with the West Coast Eagles waffle side. I think he might have even won their first and best last year. So he's a very handy inclusion coming into this side.
Yeah, he'll run all day. He'll give them plenty of run, carry, link up. Him and Tenardi will probably go head-to-head. So it's just the fitness bank that he's got over these guys. You'd expect him to rack up 30+. Probably kick a couple of goals, so you know what you're going to get. It's just a matter of Busselton can't afford to let him get off the chain because Bunbury will kick to him every opportunity they get. That sort of tends to what happens with these guys. So Busselton have got to be wary whether they play, just go for a match-up and maybe play one less quality guy inside just to try and stem the flow there and try and, work off him, bring the ball to ground and get their numbers around it there and not let Creasy sort of just run at his own will and pick up kicks as he wants and, he's going to hit targets and things like that. So you just can't afford to let him go and play his own game.
And the X factor for Bunbury, when he's on, he can do some incredible things. And Dylan Heisman started the season in absolutely brilliant fashion last year. He brings a lot to the table.
He does. He's very crafty and canny, but he also, on the other side, can be very costly. So it'll depend on which one of them turns up. His confidence, if he gets on the board early, gets a few early possessions, he can be very dangerous. I think at times last year they played him out of position. I think he's a forward. He sort of runs one way in the mid. He's not a true midfielder. So I think for them to get, they don't have big Matt Martin this year. They've only got as a key forward Horton. So they'll want another goal scorer. You see these guys when they're really good in an area and they, if it's a forward pocketer that can kick you 2 or 3 a game, that's where you need them at their best. Not so much running around the midfield because all he's going to do is bomb it to where he should be, and then it's going to come back again. So it's all right to say they get 25 in the midfield, but you're not getting bang for your buck because you're short of a true forward. And to me, he's a true forward. He's very dangerous. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with him today. But again, he's a confidence player. He's got tricks, but some of them tricks backfire at times.
And new coach Troy Holland, he's going to throw this side around. He's got a lot of youth in this side. But when you run down the list, there's a lot of experience too, isn't it? When you've got Gribble, Creasy, Hall, Heisman, King, Barraclough, Aussie Jack. There's a lot of names there to bring. Horton, Jamin King. They've been around and played a lot of footy.
Yeah, the more you look at the list, as I said, when you look at the 2 lists today, they should be winning this game. They've lost a few players, but at the same time, they need to change a few things up. One kid I'm looking forward to seeing, he's come back to Southwest, is young McKenna Taylor. He dominated a few years ago at Colts level. He went up to Peel, sort of got a bit disillusioned. He went down to the lower southwest and last couple of years, but he's a player I think we'll see and hear a lot of. He's got a lot of ability, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing him back at this level this year.
Let's move over to the Magpies. They're a big standout for me. I like the way Liam Crichton goes about his business. Once again, he needs his kicking boots on, doesn't he? He can have a lot of shots early. Can get a bit wayward. If he's on, he's on. If he's off, he's off.
Yeah, he's a backman's headache, that's for sure. And I know you watch the coach and the bench, and every time he has a shot, they're all holding their breath. But no, he's very hard to match up on. He's got great speed. He marks the ball. He's got vice-like hands, and he can jump. He can get ground ball. It's just that the last bit of the play is the finishing kick. But like you say, if he strikes him right from early on, he's going to kick a bag.
Busselton are out onto the ground, so it's not far away from a start here. Damien Lee Tenardi, very, very good for the Magpies, been around for a long time. Jed Kemp's another one who can pop up and become a bit of a headache for defenders.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where they play him. I know at different times they've thrown him back, so it'll depend on what their setup is. But yeah, he's probably one of their bigger in stature players. So if he's going to play across half forward, he's got to be a target. He's got to just keep moving. When he moves, he looks good. When he stands still, he just sort of takes himself out of the game. So for him, he's just got to keep leading up. He's got to be that link player, whether he's up on the wing, even if he gets to half back at times and then runs back, he's just got to do that. But when he's stationary, he sort of just becomes a passenger as such, and I'd like to see him just keep moving up the ground. They tell me young Parkinson, he's come up from the lower southwest. I reckon last week he was right in the thick of it all day and played a very good game. So it'd be interesting to have a look at him and see if the raps are good there. If he lives up to it again, it's they've lost a few. So guys like that, if they've got the ability to step up, it'll help them through the year going forward. And they've lost, as I said, they've got a bit of experience out today, so they're going to need all their experienced guys to put their best foot forward today.
It's a very, very different looking side as we see the Bunbury side out on the field going through their pre-match routine, but it's a very, very different looking Busselton's side, that one that played a few months ago in the grand final while we were sitting here, John.
It certainly is. I reckon there's probably only 7 or 8 guys, if that, without counting through, that are here playing today that played last week. I know talking to Michael, the president, a couple of weeks ago, he said they lost 12. There's a couple out today. So anyway, it's no excuse. It's a new year, and it's 22 on 22. It's between the years now. If you want to put in, you'll get a result. If you don't, if you want to sit back and say, we don't have him or we don't have him, then you're not going to go anywhere. So it's pretty much, as I said, everyone starts. Well, today it's Bunbury's first game. Busselton had a win last week, so really they should be a step in front. They've had a full blow and hit out, playing for keeps last week. So the momentum-wise, they should be off and going, and it's up to Bunbury to see if they can get out of the blocks early. So I'd expect a pretty sharp start from both teams there.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how, as I said, both new coaches in Troy Holland for Bunbury and Matt Jamison for the Magpies. Be interesting to see how they go about their business. I spoke to Troy on Out of Bounds on Friday, and he's bubbly, he's up and about. He said he's a little bit nervous. So they should be. You always have that little tingle of nerves, don't you?
Yeah, being first time round, you got to have plenty of life about it. Otherwise, don't do it because it's going to suck it out of you.
Look at our hair, mate. They're both great.
Yeah, we've got nothing left. But no, it's good to see these guys coming through and chucking their hat in the ring to do these jobs and get to know what it's all about. It's easy coaching lower levels, but when you're the senior coach, you've got everyone at you, whether you win, lose or draw. So, you think you know what you're doing, so now's a good opportunity to show everyone that you do know what you're doing.
Yeah, both sides in their huddles at their respective ends. I'm not sure the coin has been tossed yet. Did you see that, John? Or was
no, I don't. It obviously
not
has,
sure
because it looks like they're breaking.
We're looking for a few things. A goal of the year, we're looking from Western All Pass Services too, so keep an eye on for that one. And the mark of the year from CPR Outdoor Centre. I hope there's a couple of crackers. I tell you what, there was an absolute beauty in the Anzac Day clash, Collingwood and Essendon.
Yeah, it's actually, I seen, I wasn't out at Harvey last week, but I seen the snapshots on the Harvey Brunswick wall with one of the young guys last week. They reckon it would have been the mark of the century. It was, I can't remember who they compared it to yesterday, but at the end it just slipped through. But the photos was a good effort. I think Leah Fry took them photos. He was up and he was on a skyhook. He was that high. It would have been good if he held it. So no doubt some of these young guys are going to show us what they've got the first time around, which should be really good.
Absolutely, players just getting into position. We're not very far away from a start at all here. I'm pretty excited about this one, John. I don't know what Bunbury are going to bring to the table, but I do know that both these sides will throw everything at it, and they're good sides to watch. They're impressive sides. They move the ball well, and it's just gets the crowd up and about.
Yep. It's not a bad crowd here today, Croney, for a Sunday afternoon. I said conditions are almost perfect. This wind will drop off shortly, so no excuses. Looks like Busselton are kicking to the city end, and Bunbury towards the Bunnings end, we'll call it. But, yeah.
We are just about ready for the Southwest Isuzu Utes. First quarter, the umpires are just making sure that it is 6-6-6. Few of the players around. Gribble's gone forward. Umpires holds the ball aloft. You're listening to SEN Spirit 621 coverage of the Southwest Footy League, and here's John Bajetta.
Kennedy wins the first knock, goes straight to ground. Picked up there by a Bunbury player in field, is it? He's tackled high, gets his handball to Creasy. He slams it onto the left boot, into half forward. Good spoil there from the Busselton player coming through. He's got teammate around him in Parkinson. He's pushed off the ball.
Get out the road, he said.
In come Heisman. He scoops up, kicks out wide, straight across half back onto the 50-metre arc. But now coming Jesse Gribble. He picks up a loose ball. He looks forward. Horton comes out at him. Ball just falls short. He can't bend over and pick it up. Looks like Kemp is it back there on Horton. Ball goes to ground. Horton goes back in again. He's taken high. Play on's a call. We'll have a ball up about 25, 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle on that far forward pocket for the Bunbury Bulldogs.
Well, that's not a bad match-up to start with. Kemp on to Horton.
Yeah, size-wise, that's probably all Busselton had. So a number of players around this ball up. Bunbury player can't take it. Handball's back towards Heisman on his left foot. Just chips at the top of the goal square. Kemp should have taken that mark, but he doesn't do it. Creasy picks up a loose ball one way or the other. He goes bang from about 20 metres out. That's the first score on the board. Bunbury 1 goal straight inside a minute. And as we said, Creasy, if you let him go, he's going to do that all day. I said he'll kick a couple, but I might be 4 or 5 short on that.
Gee, young Kemp would be starting to wish. I think he got called out of it from behind there.
Yeah, he didn't pull out. You're right.
He got called out of it from behind and it didn't work. But Creasy just swooped on that. He made no mistake at all about that. Too classy to give him that much opportunity.
I was sure next time he'll be saying, no, it's my ball, I'm going for it.
I think the runner might have just been out to have a bit of a chat to him out there. A bit of an unusual position for young Kemp, normally up forward. So
yeah.
There's no doubt there's been a bit of movement of the magnets.
Yeah, I think just size-wise for the matchup. So back in the middle of the ground, we've got King versus Kennedy again. Up they go. Kennedy wins this one straight down. Heisman again, he picks up on the right foot this time. Just a half chip towards Gribble, who's up in the centre square. Handball's back to Heisman on that wing. He goes one way or the other. Gets around the Busselton player. Drives towards Haas forward. In front there, the player in Gilchrist. He couldn't take it. He's good enough to get back. Gets a handball loose. Oh, good tackle there. It was high.
Yep. It was high, yes.
Might
have given him a bit of a headache too, I think.
So,
yeah, I tell you, I like the way that Bunbury moved that ball out of that centre.
Young Hayward it is for Busselton. He's got the kick. He kicks back to Kemp. He's 20 metres from his defensive goal. He goes straight across the other side of the ground to a teammate there who drives the ball to the far wing. I can't pick up these numbers. They're a fair way from us now. He goes long and wide to the far side there. We've got the monitor. I'll try and get off that because we are a fair way. The big fella there in Chinnery comes out. He's a long way from home. He's on his left foot. Squares that across the ground. Dangerous kick. Bunbury have the numbers here. Picked up by Bearclough. One way or the other. He's taken high. And right in front of umpire Matt Stewart. Inside.
That's interesting that Chinnery started up front. You would have thought he might have gone back to Hortons, but adds a bit of goal-kicking power.
Certainly does. So Bearclough, he into the middle of the ground. He goes towards Denham King. He's taken a mark uncontested. Chinnery's put him on the deck. The umpire says, no, I won't fall for it. It wasn't, it was the player there in Max Bilsich. He handballs to Bearclough. He goes one way or the other. Forced to kick on his right foot. He chips it into the middle of the ground.
A lot of Bunbury players loose here.
They've got numbers everywhere. Quick handball towards player there in. It was a free kick down the ground. It's a hold. It's about 80 metres off the play. There's a hold paid to Horton at the top of the goal square. So the off umpire has paid the free kick, and that would have been 70 or 80 metres off the play there, Craney.
That was a long way away.
It was.
And Horton will kick Bunbury's second goal,
you would think so, yep. He's about 18 metres out, 19 metres out, almost dead in front. So it's not what Busselton would have wanted. They would have wanted him to work. He just steers that through, and he has. He's only snuck it in, but it's another goal to Bunbury. They go to 2 goals straight, 12, lead Busselton 0. And so far, Bunbury look very ominous. They've had numbers all round. They've been loose through the middle of the ground, which is very dangerous. And again, as we said, their better players have had the hands on ball early. So that
I think that's the key. When the kick was given away to Horton about 25 metres out from goal. And Magpies just want to wake up a little bit so they don't get caught sleeping here.
Yep, they certainly do. As I said, it's changing times and you've got to adapt. You don't have blokes around you that you normally have, so you've got to make your own style and your own play, but standing flat-footed doesn't help. Anyway, back in the middle of the ground, King and Kennedy again. Who's going to win this one? Up they go. Kennedy again. Beautiful knock there to Patterson. He's dispossessed. Number of Bunbury players over the footy. Stacks on the mill. We're going to have a ball up.
It's a beautiful knock, but it was well read by the Bunbury midfielders too. They just chopped that before it went out.
Yep, I see Crichton's up in the middle of the ground. That's unusual. Patterson again. He's ridden into the deck by King.
I know he did that a couple of times last year. He adds just a little bit of grunt to that midfield.
Yeah, probably a good idea to try and get him into play if it's not going to go deep forward to where he normally plays. So there to Gazny on the wing. He plays on his left foot, drives that in towards the Chinnery direction. He's got Berraclough done, but he can't take the mark. Bounces off. Picked up there by the player there in Bilsich, wasn't it? Oh, he's handballed his player to King in Denham King. He's dispossessed. Out wide there, with the player in Bunbury through Perks. He goes wide. Player there on that far side is Bilsich, is it? He's taken a mark. Comes back inside towards King again, Denham King. He's sort of between centre half back and half back. Stops, has a look. What's on offer? Not much movement there. Busselton have numbers back, but wide, real wide out there is the player. I can't see who he is. I think it's Stenhouse. He goes down the line. Picked up there by Jesse Gribble. He drives the ball in towards centre half forward. Horton, too big, too strong in front. Can't take the mark. Back there goes Kemp. He's helped out by his teammate there. Picked up quickly by the Bunbury player who's dispossessed. Number of players around the ball. No one wants to pick it up. Now the Bunbury player picks it up. Handball wide towards, looks like when he turns around, he sprayed that wide for a behind.
That was King, wasn't it? They had the...
It looks like him,
shot.
But there's a couple with a headband on
yeah,
today, so I'm not going to call it.
Especially early season.
Yeah, I think
know
it was.
People get a bit critical of us.
I think it was Jamin King who.
There's been an enormous changeover with each list.
I'm
trying
to call and trying to read the numbers because the guys who are normally in their numbers, I know they're not them, and I'm sort of a bit of guessiology here today, Croney. But
that's
anyway,
all right.
We'll get through it. So Busselton to bring the ball back into play.
There's no flow to this game as yet, though.
Not as yet. Short kick, dangerous kick, but a great mark taken there by Mitch Tenardi, is it? About 30 metres out from his defensive goal. He's got nothing moving in front of him. So he goes long to that far wing half back, or a number of players around that. No one can take a clean ball. Picked up by the Bunbury player. Handballs inside. Well done. It's a good side step there by young McKenna Taylor. He goes one way there. Drives at the top of the goal square. Good positioning. Well done there by young Kupinski. Just that experience we were talking about before, Crane. He just used his body on the player in front of him. He does kick a few goals at waffle level. He's made that look like a training drill there. He's just taken an easy one over the top, worked his player underneath it. Bunbury go to 3-1-19. Busselton yet to hit the scoreboard. And already we can see this is going to...
ferociously trying to find some run, John, as exactly what you said. Normally you're used to a Busselton side just peeling and running, but when Tenardi had it in the back line, there was just nothing up forward. He had to go to a contest, and it got brought to ground.
Yep.
Meadmore up on a wing for Busselton.
Yeah, you've got to get some of these guys involved. Kennedy again over the top. Heisman picks up a ball. He's dispossessed. Players all around it. King goes in. He can't take it. Now there's Busselton have a chance to clear the footy. Through there goes a player. A good tackle. A good player there in Radic. He's wrapped up the Bunbury player. It was a great tackle because he sprung from the ground. He's wrapped up Heisman and the umpire.
Would you say Busselton are going with the aid of what breeze there is?
Yeah, whatever there is. There may be a goal in it. Ruck's right in the middle of the ground. No one can take the footy. Jesse Gribble's come in. He's dispossessed or wrapped up, I should say.
There is some strange things that happen at Payne Park. You would not quite often find there is just one scoring end.
Yeah. But well done. A good knock by Kennedy down to Patterson. He's wrapped up, going nowhere. We're going to have another ball up. We're pretty much smack bang in the middle of the ground. It's been there for a couple of minutes. So
Bunbury midfielders are not prepared to let Busselton get that run out of there, which is a good sign.
And you don't want to. That's right. no, player for Bunbury taken high there. Stacks on again. We're going to have a ball up in the same spot. So she's pretty willing in there. Just needs a big fist into this to open it up.
Yeah,
but maybe this could help Busselton and just bring the game back a little bit to slow it down. So Bunbury win the footy, then a high free kick there by...
It's not for the faint-hearted out there anyway.
No, he probably could have got the earlier kick, but he didn't. So this time, he's in the middle of the ground. What's he going to do? He's got players running from behind. He's not sure. He comes out in front of the coach's box on this wing, hits up young Bilsich. He's taking the mark in front of Meadmore. He just chips down the line. Dangerous pass, but he's good enough to the occasion, is young Perks. He swings onto his left, but it kicks along with a right. Out comes Horton and Kemp. Horton just works Kemp off the line of the footy, takes almost an uncontested mark, about 40 metres out. On about a 40-degree angle.
Just too much strength.
Yeah, just strength that was, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and just Kemp didn't do much wrong there. He was just shifted off his feet.
Yeah.
And Horton's a big body to try and move off his. He just did not budge.
No, he read the flight of the ball or the line of the ball better. Kemp played well. He had the front position, but as I said, Horton just had that strength to just nudge him off the line of the footy. He's coming in, I think, for his second craney. He's going to kick from about 49 metres out. And that's going to hold his line
very good kick.
Straight over the goal umpire's head. Bunbury all over this game. 4-1-25 it'll be. Leading Busselton 0. So,
Just run to the Wilson Brewing stats, John, and it is all Bunbury so far. Busselton only had the 2 inside 50s.
As you said, they wouldn't let Busselton out, and then in the end, they were the ones who were able to break. So they held their nerve. Young Walker, he was in the thick of it for a couple of minutes. He wore one earlier, and then he was good enough to get the second kick. He just kept putting his head over the footy, so he got his reward in the end. So we're back to start it again. So
and Kemp's got his handful down there, this young fella.
Up they go again. Kennedy again. Tenardi this way. He hasn't got a runner outside. Picked up there by Bilsich. He keeps swapping wings. He goes one way or the other. Good spoil there over the top of Gribble. Picked up by Patterson. He throws that out to teammate. Loose handball comes again. Bilsich paddles it one way or the other. Now, sorry, it wasn't Bilsich. Bilsich picked up and handball back towards Denham King. He drives the ball down the line to half forward. Both players underneath it. The Busselton player spoils from behind, beats young Parsons over the boundary line, and we'll have a ball up right in front of the Busselton dugout, Bunbury dugout. Bunbury 4-1-25 lead, Busselton 0, and we're probably halfway through the first quarter, Craney.
Yes, and it's been all Bunbury so far.
Yep. Lee picks up. He handballs towards his player there in Radic. He on his left foot.
They need to settle it, don't they, Busselton?
Played in front. He drew the free kick. That's right. They just got to try and get a bit of...
just one on the board, just to get a bit of a flow going into their footy.
So he drives the ball inside 50, but Bunbury have the number in front. Now over the back comes Chinnery. He takes it. He's wrapped up there by Kerwin. No one can get it. Chinnery's back over it. Kerwin picks up the ball again. He's taken from behind.
By
he's
the legs.
Tripped, is he? Yep. He's called play on now, so Bunbury probably played on a bit too quick there. Drives down line. It's all Busselton here, and they should turn this footy back over. They have through Tom Perks. He takes an uncontested mark. He chips to Damon Lee. Not the best kick in the world, but anyway, Lee's kick smothered. Picked up there by Walker, is it? He handballs back inside. Bunbury have numbers everywhere. Creasy, one way or the other. Handballs towards the player there in McKenna Taylor. He's one way or the other. And then loose handball picked up there by Radic again. He's had a little bit of the footy in this last couple of minutes. Everyone's overrun it. Bearclough picked up there by Crichton. He goes over the top. Picked up by Chinnery, is it? He just whacks it on the boot. There you go, Craney. They got one.
That's what they needed.
That's exactly what they needed. It was Angus McDonald. That was well done there. It was just a good chain of handball. Very much Busselton style of play. And they've been rewarded for effort. They made hard work of it earlier, but maybe, as you said, they just need to...
Making it easy for the Bunbury defence, but that was well worked, and they had a bit of method about it, and I think that'll just settle them a bit, John. They were a bit shocked to start with.
Yep, they certainly were.
To see if they can follow that up.
I was just watching young Radic here in front of us on this swing. He's been quite lively. If they get guys like him, and then gives Tenardi a chance to start getting the ball inside, and he's got his outside workers running for him, and they can get that system that we see from him. So Perks is in the ruck now against King. He goes too early. King hits it straight down towards Bunbury players taken too high. I think it's young Trey Field, is it? He kicks the ball out wide to Jesse Gribble. He takes a mark, turns his teammate, his opponent inside out. He goes forward towards Dylan Heisman. He brings the ball to ground. On his left boot, Bananas. That's going to go out of bounds on the full. It is. Not a bad effort, but he brought it to ground. He was first one back to it. He probably did have another step if he needed it. But
a couple of those tackles by Busselton too, just a little bit careless, and they've slipped high. So that'll be something Matt Jamison just reiterates to his players at quarter time.
Yeah, if you can't lay it properly, just corral and slow them down. I think it's only game 2, so they're pretty anxious and overzealous, as they say. So the Busselton player deep in defence there. He's about 200 metres away from us. He's going to bring it into play. His teammate there leads up, number 24 in Fish. Has he taken the mark or to go? Yep, just inside the boundary line. He goes back towards his player there in Ethan Bowman, the skipper.
There's not too many outs here, Busselton.
No, that's the trouble. They've pushed themselves back into that pocket. He's got to go across the face of goal on that far side. Nice kick out there to a teammate at half back. It was a beautiful low bullet, as they say. On the left foot, his teammate drives that forward to the wing. Good body work out there, was it? No, the umpire... Was there a whistle? I thought there's a whistle out there. Play on there. Oh, you're in trouble there, son. That was Babbage. He's, took on one, got tackled by the second one. You don't get away with that. So Mitch Tenardi on a true wing position. What's he going to do? He's got a player in the middle of the ground here, Fish, if he wants to use him, but he elects not to. He goes towards half forward. Crichton leads up. Almost takes it off bounces off his chest.
Still very stagnant.
Yeah, Bunbury of the numbers. Unfortunately, Busselton are kicking to outnumber all the time. Just through work rate, I suppose. Bunbury pick up the loose ball, goes towards Babbage. It's cut off there by the Busselton players taking the ground. Now the handball comes toward Heisman. He can't take it. Inside, we've got Patterson, is it? He picks up a loose ball. It was. Onto his teammate on the left foot, the trusty left foot, goes in towards Chinnery. He just works Kerwin off the line.
He did everything.
He handballed it, did he? It was all
I
in
think
one
he
action.
was interfered with the defender. Gee, there wasn't much in it, but he...
Well, that all happened quick. I thought he took the mark and handballed it. And then he got... dropping the ball. But anyway, Bunbury of Kerwin's got the free kick in front of the scoreboard in that deep back pocket. He chips down the line to a teammate there, and it looks like...
also looking for the tackle of the game, John, from the Bank of Queensland, Bunbury. So there's been a few laid pretty quickly.
There certainly has. Jamin King's got the ball at half back. Where's he going to go? He goes out that far wing. Oh, Busselton player Perch comes over the top. He puts a big fist into it. Now Bunbury under pressure. It's dribbled over the line, saved by the bell, as they say, and we'll have a ball in about 60 metres from the Busselton goal, right around on the scoreboard pocket.
I'll tell you what, Matt Jamison's given this Harvey Norman interchange bench a workout. There's going to be a four-way swap here very shortly.
The Southwest Isuzu scoreboard reads Bunbury 4-1-25, leading Busselton 1 goal straight 6. Out there on that far wing now, picked up by a number of Bunbury players. Denham King, down the line he goes, inside, over the top of all players. Heisman's going to run on a loose ball. He handballs inside the gribble, running through the centre.
Yeah, I know many times they've done that over the years.
That's a throw. Umpire put the whistle to mouth, call play on. Kemp brought Horton to ground. Kemp's first one back to it. Horton pushes him to the ground. So he's paid. You got to love it, don't you? But play the ball, and you never know what might happen. Anyway, Kemp, 30 metres out from his defensive goal, not sure where to go. He chips the ball up towards a teammate there in Gazza. He takes the mark at half-back on the 50-metre arc. On his left foot, comes down the wing in front of us, Craney. A number of players underneath it. Bunbury players fly high over the backs of the Busselton player there in Howell. Is he taking the footy?
Went too far.
Yeah.
I don't know why Busselton put their hands up there, because he had him nailed.
He certainly did. Creasy got the free kick. He's chipped inside towards a teammate there in Woods. He goes far and wide across the other side to Trey Field, is it? No, it's not. It's young Hamish Hall. He's on his push that across. They're very Horton focused. That's probably one thing I would say might hurt him later on if it becomes close. Over the top went Kemp. He couldn't take the footy. He certainly has, mate. He's grabbed that knee by the look of it.
Yeah, he just didn't move from down there.
Gribble's got the ball inside. He handballs the ball to Hall. He's just slung that ball. Now Heisman's going to pick up a loose footy. He handballs outside to a player there in number 15 for Bunbury and Gilchrist. Very casual approach to goal there, and he's missed that by...
Kemp is up on his haunches, so
it's
maybe...
Good to see. He might have just looks like a stinger on the elbow more than in the knee, but we're a long way from that. Gilchrist should have made the most of that. It's a young guy trying to make his way in league footy. When you get a gimme given to you, you've got to finish it off. So Busselton moved to Bunbury 4-2.
Should tell some AFL players that, John.
Yeah. It's easy for me, mate. We haven't made a mistake yet.
Horrible
kick coming out. Oh, Heisman should have taken that on his chest. He's let it go. A number of players around this now. Busselton player there in young... They've changed numbers there. Young Conroy, he couldn't take it. Now Hall picks up. He handballs wide. It wasn't Berraclough. the Bunbury player there in, was it Steinhaus? Beautiful left kick into towards Horton, but he couldn't take the mark. Picked up there this time by Kilcris. What's he going to do? He's taken without the footy. Play on's the calls. Busselton do have the numbers around this. Howell is it? Picks up the footy. He drives it wide towards in front of us on this swing. Oh,
that's a clever mark.
Yeah, it was. Jamin King's just too big and strong. It wasn't King, it was Parsons. He was just a bit bigger than his opponent there. Stood his ground, worked him off the line of the footy. Drives it towards Horton again. This time the Busselton player there, number 18 it is. It was well done. Picked up by Bowman. He picks it up. He drives it towards half back. No one can take the footy. Out wide is Aussie Jack. He handballs inside. Hall picks up the footy. What way is he going to go? He's top of the goal square again. Bunbury have the numbers.
Well, that's a good grab
good mark there by Bowman. Just read the flight of the ball in a pack of about 5 or 6. What's he going to do? He squeezes that across the other side in the back pocket. So
Busselton are lacking run. I reckon that'll be written on Matt Jamis's coaching board at quarter time.
They're getting enough.
You need to present some options.
They're getting enough of the footy now. They just, as you said, oh, that's a terrible kick. He's kicked that low, trying to hit a guy 6'5", and in front was Jesse Gribble about 40 metres out, and said.
And this fella does not miss too many. He's one of the most skillful players in our league.
Oh, he chips it over the top towards Horton. Probably should have went himself anyway. The Busselton player there in Tenardi got in front. Picked up out there by Fleming. What's he going to do? One way or the other. He goes wide by foot to Tenardi. Just misses a target. It's rolled out of bounds about 50 metres out from the Bunbury goal. Yeah, I think Jesse Gribble thought he was a trainer and just kicked the kick. The Busselton guy just spotted
I've seen him kick him from there. I know his legs are getting a bit weary. He must have done a few miles on this ground.
Yeah, it certainly has. Throw in at the 50-metre arc. Fleming, he can't take it. Number of players around the footy. Who's going to win the footy? Busselton player there in 31 it is, or 30. Clark it is. He picks it up. He can't do anything with it. Now they're all over it. One way or the other. Good wrap-ups. Loose ball bobbling, but a lot of players around it, and the umpire's finally going to ball it up.
Gee, the game is totally different what I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be a real flow-on sort of game, and there's been good passages of play, but no real flow to it.
Busselton look like they're trying to be careful. I think between the years, they know they're a bit undermanned and they're trying to play a careful brand of footy, and it's not helping them. Gribble was handball, couldn't take it, loose ball inside. Now Heisman gets the ball 48 metres out, off one step. He goes long, high and wide, is it? Or just scrapes through from behind.
Gee, they've had the opportunities.
They certainly
the Bunbury Footy Club.
They certainly have. On the Isuzu scoreboard, we've got 4-3-27, I think it is, to 1 straight 6. So
thanks to MGIB too. Like a good neighbour, MGIB is there. They look after us, of course, on the show and out of bounds as well.
A lot of good sponsors putting their hands up, their money, putting their hands in their pocket, and that ball.
So we can bring a very good product to our people.
We certainly have got a good product, Croney. Bunbury have got the ball through Denham King just on the point of the centre square. He's just inside the centre square. He's going to wind up. Horton again is his target. Long, high. Get under that, boys. A number of players wrestling underneath. Oh, they all missed the flight of the ball. That's going to roll. The umpire's played a kick.
To Horton, I think.
Yep. So he's going to have a shot from about 30 metres out, almost, at a slight angle, almost directly in front. There's a number of players around there. Obviously, the umpire's a lot closer than what we are, so we'll see what happens here. You expect him to go back and slot this Croney. I think this will be his third.
It's just the numbers that Bunbury are allowing themselves to get around the footy.
Yeah.
True. A bit of hard work, John.
It certainly is. So we've played, I'm trying to read that, 22 and a half minutes in this first quarter, and Joel Horton's going back for his third goal. Could be in for a day out, Croney. So deliberate shot. As I said, he's going to kick from about 30 metres out on a slide angle. Should be a soda by his standards. And didn't spin well, but got the result. Straight over the
they don't have to play well, but...
So on the Bunbury Isuzu scoreboard, we've got Bunbury moved to 5-3-33, leading Busselton 1 straight 6. And Bunbury are all over this at the moment, just through numbers and work.
Thanks to Geograph Civil over at Kelly Park. Kerry Park 3 goals, 2-20. Lead the Harvey Bulls yet to score. Pretty close one out at Eton. Eton 2-4-16. Lead Dunsborough at 2 straight 12. So a bit going on around the place. And there's more Bunbury going on here than the Magpies.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Ruckman at it again. Good knock there by Parsons. He's going to win his race back to it. No, it's picked up there by Johnny Meadmore. He
just can't get a flow.
No, Tenardi picks up. Has he got some support outside? He pushes towards Patterson. Bearclough comes through. Well done. Good. Actually went for the footy, not the man that time. picked up there by the player there in McKenna Taylor. He squeezes wide towards Bilsich on that far wing.
It's been right early, Bilsich.
Yeah, he's had a fair bit of the footy. He goes over top towards young Parsons, who just drifted forward to the middle on that far wing. What's he got to go to? Again, they're looking towards Horton. He comes up at the footy now. Over the back, goes towards player there in Gilchrist. He's just check sides out. It's going to roll through, is it? Oh, across the face of goal, but Bunbury had the numbers. He's kept it in, has he? Yes, he has. Good tackle there by the Busselton player. And what's the umpire called?
That was very good by Perks.
It was.
If he only had to give him a bit of a flick off and he would have come back and kicked the goal.
It would have been the easy goal too, but he done very well. He made sure the tackle stuck, and we got a ball in right about 10 metres around from the point post and that top side for the Bunbury Bulldogs. They'll be looking to get another score before the siren sounds. Perks wins and knocks down. No one can pick up the footy. Goes towards Gribble. He spins one way, then the other. He's well wrapped up. What's the umpire going to pay? Ball it up about 20 metres out, directly in front of the Bunbury Bulldogs goal. They'll be keen to get another one, Craney, to put this quarter to bed.
Yeah, already a 5-goal quarter to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, very good quarter. Horton just drops that down. A good bit of ruck work. I'm not sure who was Heisman, was it?
I was just wondering where Busselton are going to get their run and move from.
They've just got to
start creating some options.
Get the ball in hand and just spread. Just push numbers up the field so they got numbers. Don't worry about what's in the forward line. I see they're all squeezing up now, but they've just all got to move. If you don't move, you're just a sitting duck, and Bunbury are going to take the footy off you.
Bunbury have done it pretty well too. Their setups on the way out, they don't let an easy out.
So what's going to happen this time? Out comes Bowman. Where's he going to go? He comes along towards us on this far wing. Crichton at the back. He can't take the mark. He's trying to get back there. Picked up there by Connor Walker. Good handball back. The Bunbury player couldn't take the footy. Now Busselton have the numbers. Crichton's over. Good handball forward to Lee. He's got Tenardi. He needs a fairly savage tackle there by Babbage. He made him earn his kick. He's just got nothing to go to again. He wanted to play on.
They're running themselves into trouble. That is quarter time at Payne Park on the House West Ozuzu scoreboard. Bunbury 5 goals for 34. Very good quarter from the Bulldogs to one straight goal to Busselton. Can Busselton fight their way back into this game? We'll find out after the break. Welcome back to Payne Park, which sees the scoreboard. Bunbury 5 goals for 34. Lead Busselton 1 goal 6. And that is solitary goal for the Busselton. Thanks to Dale Alcock's Home Southwest and KFC. It is not bad chewing, actually, John. Go KFC. I'm a bit hungry right now. But the first quarter done and dusted. It was all the Bunbury Football Club. They had numbers everywhere. Probably their 5 goals for. Could have been even a little bit better than that. They had plenty of opportunities to do that. Matt Jamison, the Busselton coach, would have these players in the huddles, and I think he'd be just saying, run to create some opportunities, because they got nailed in every aspect of the game on that first quarter. They just couldn't find any space to move into.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen a Busselton side devoid of run and carry. Yeah, they might as well do it, because if they don't do it, they're going to get blown away, and if they do it and they're not good enough, well, so be it. But the way they're playing at the moment, they just don't have the confidence to run and create or whatever it is. They're just letting Bunbury dominate them, and if they continue to do that, the scoreboard's going to get very ugly, and their confidence, they had a good win last week. Whatever they achieved last week will get knocked. Doesn't matter what comes back into the side next week and all the rest of it. You're a week about, and when you get a whack, sometimes it brings you back to the field a bit. You can't live on last year or whatever you've been doing for the last few years. They've been very good. They've been the pace setters, so to speak, but they're a long way shy of that at the moment, the way they're playing.
We are looking for the rising star, John, thanks to Hemp Brothers, West Australia's most trusted hemp-based products. And young Bilsich has put his hand up very early in that quarter along with Parsons. I'm just looking at that Busselton midfield going into there. They've got Crichton, Tenardi, Parkinson and Kennedy. That is a fairly formidable centre line that got well and truly beaten. If you look at the Wilson stats, they got done in there. So they would have had a bit of a chat between themselves and say, we need to sort this out a bit.
Yeah, they just got to own the footy in the middle and then just keep the game on at their tempo for the first couple of minutes. So here we go again. Up they go. Kennedy wins a knock. Tenardi, that's better. He's a quick handball over the top to Patterson. He runs out of the middle of the ground. Bang, straight down the middle towards Chinnery. He's in front position.
Oh, that's a good
Too
grab.
big, too strong. That was a great chest. Well, he took it on the chest. He's a big boy when he's got full frontal, and that's exactly what he had then. He worked, I think, his opponent there in Aussie Jack off the footy, kept his big bulk in front, and he's marked the footy about 18, 20 metres out directly in front.
We just spoke about that centre brigade that got in there, and that's what we're expecting. And they make a pretty easy game of it when you do that. Busselton on the board very, very early.
And within 30 seconds, and it was, so again, like I say, when you get guys like Tenardi can get their hands on the footy, just work outside him and something good will come of it. And that's exactly what happened there. Well done by Patterson. Win a 100-metre dash between them or zigzag between cones at any great pace. But if the ball comes in like that, you want to be in front. And the bigger bloke in front's always going to win out, and that's exactly what happened. So back to the middle of the ground. Busselton moved to 2 straight 12. Trail Bunbury 5-4-34 on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. Kennedy and King again. What's going to happen this time? Kennedy up early. He again. Tenardi again. Patterson. That's carbon copy. He hacks that ball forward towards half forward. A loose ball. Berraclough goes one way. He hits it over. Try and look for support. In through there went Gazner. He couldn't take the foot. He comes out towards Bilsich. The umpire called a high on the Bunbury player, was it?
That was almost a set play from the Busselton midfielders there too.
It was. They went the other side the first time. They come back this side on that occasion. Bunbury player at half back. Hall, not Hall. Oh, Heisman, instead of marking the footy above his head, he punches over the top. Kennedy overruns it, comes towards Parsons. Well done. He goes one way or the other. It's just a little bit too nimble. Nice kick down the line towards Gilchrist. He doesn't try and mark it. He tries to bring the ball to ground. Picked up there by the player there in Fleming. The ball's taken over the line.
I'll tell you what, he's got a bit, young Parsons. He moves very nicely.
He played a couple of games, I think, a couple of years ago, and then he went back and played Colts footy last year. But he's a good size. He's going to be quite a big lad.
Looks nice and relaxed when he gets the footy too.
Yep. King in front. He just puts a fist in it. No one can take it. Now Fleming and King over. King works hard. He gets to the bottom of the pack. Picked up there by Creasy on his left foot. Just dribbles off the toe of the foot. Picked up there by the Busselton defender in the cat. Now I forgot his name. Bowman. His handball goes over the boundary line in front of the coach's box. Jamo's pretty happy with that. Busselton have just managed to get their hands on ball a little bit. So we'll see if they.
Well, they needed to, didn't they? They're too good a side to be like they were in that first quarter.
Kennedy and King again. King goes. Kennedy goes early. He's picked up there by Tenardi, one way or the other. He's got an outside runner, this time in Damon Lee. He's tackled by Gribble. Oh, it's head-eye taken from the other directions through accidentally by Jamin King. The umpire says, give it here. And we'll start again.
Don't forget, we're looking for the tackle of the game too, thanks to Bunbury Mower Service. John, there's a few to choose from.
Yeah, there's been a couple of good ones so far this time of the year. Again, Ruckman at it. King uncontested, goes towards Gribble. He's brought to ground by Lee. Handball over the top there. The Busselton player, Brody Howell. He's pushed towards Denham King. He can't take it. Heisman ducks his head. Play on. The Ruckman in Fleming picks up. Flicks it out wide towards player there in Parkinson. He couldn't take the footy, and it goes out of bounds in front of the gate where the players come onto the ground. So just in front of us, Craney, 5-4
Which is
Bunbury.
a good spot for us old fellas, John.
Yeah, we can see that far, honey just. Half forward for Bunbury, high half forward. Over the top went Fleming. He hits it down towards Tenardi. He's brought to ground. So it was a gentle sling tackle.
Tell you
the
what,
motion was there, but it wasn't hard.
Tenardi
anyway.
started this quarter a lot better. He's got hands on the footy first from those stoppages.
He has. He just goes down this wing in front of us to Crichton. He's going to mark that uncontested.
Here's another fella they'd like to get back into this game.
Get the ball into safe hands, as they say. Oh, he's overcooked the kick in there. Chip Gribble. He couldn't take it. He runs onto a loose footy. He's gone to ground. He's going to get a handball back towards King. He handballs towards... end up there with Trey Field. He handballs over top to Bilsich. He gives it on to the runner in the player there in Stonehouse. He drives the ball long.
He's made a good fist of that.
That was a real good effort. He's kicked that from 55 metres. That has carried the goal line at head height and straight through the middle. Good bit of confidence there off one step. He had a quick look and bang. He's put that on the board. Bunbury 6-4-44, I think, at 46. Lead Busselton. It was good work by Gribble here in front of us. He just cut that footy off. He went to ground. He stayed composed to get a handball out, and then Bunbury had the extra two behind the play that swept through. Ended up in the hands of Stenhouse. So I said he took 2 steps, had a quick look from 55.
I think if Crichton had his time again, he might have went to a different option.
Anyway, Here we go again in the middle of the ground. Kennedy up. Falls towards Crichton. He couldn't take the footy out. The back there was Gazna. On his left foot goes straight across the other side of the ground to Johnny Meadmore. He stands underneath and takes a mark in front of
He's still clever,
Sandhouse.
Johnny Meadmore.
He certainly is. He wheels and goes towards centre forward. Crichton's loose this time. Play on. Parkinson runs onto a loose footy. Oh, he gets the away bounce, as they say. He handballs to a good running Gaz. Oh, he dropped the pill there. He's about to unload on his left foot. Picked up there by Field. He handballs towards Gilchrist. He couldn't take the footy. Number of players around it. Jamin King handballs to his brother. Over the top to Stenhouse. He's been busy. Inside to Bilsich. Good run there. Onto his right foot he goes. Drives the ball horribly inside 50. Picked up there by the captain of Busselton. He drives the ball to the middle of the ground. Oh, if you call your teammate out, you've got to mark the footy there, son. Gribble picks up a loose ball. He's going to drive this inside 50 to about 35 metres out. Joel Horton all on his own. Few errors there by the Busselton boys. They'd like to have that again.
Yeah, look, the last two Bunbury shots at goal have been turnovers.
Yep.
And you're right, one called the other out, and I think they got a little bit confused within themselves. It didn't confuse Bunbury because now it's in Joel Horton's hands, and he's going for goal number 4, John, and we're only 10 minutes into the second quarter.
That was a bad bit of play by Busselton. Very costly if he puts this through because they had the corridor to themselves. And they had the numbers. So Horton comes in he's going to kick from about 40 metres, slide angle. Horrible kick off the boot, but I tell you what, it's gone straight over the goal umpire's head. He puts number 4 on the board for himself. They go to 7-4-46, leading Busselton 2 straight 12 on the Bunbury Isuzu scoreboard. And Bunbury have been good enough to not only answer Busselton's challenge, but
a bit of a handful, but when the ball comes down like that and you turn it over, everybody had thought Busselton were going to run forward. You turn it over, it's a defender's nightmare.
Yeah, well, Bowman done the right thing. He intercepted. He had 2 in the middle, and it was just a bad call. Don't want to embarrass him, but young Gazna, he was running inside 50 and he dropped the ball before he got onto his boot, and unfortunately there he called his teammate out and didn't take it. So in they go. Perks is beaten by King in the middle of the ground. Good pick up there by McKenna Taylor. Beautiful handballs through to Connor Walker. He goes over the top towards Gribble. He takes a mark at high half forward.
He's becoming a handful at half forward
too. He
is
very clever. Good kick. Horton 2-on-1, but Horton, he's dropped what he normally takes. Kemp picks it up, just slams it on the boot. It rolls out towards the 50-metre defensive arc. Good pick up there by Gilchrist. He goes towards Heisman. What's he going to do? Here's a look. Chips it over the top. Very lazy kick and got the result that it deserved. Mitch Sonati slips in, takes an uncontested mark about 40 metres out from defensive goal. Had more time there, young Heisman, and that's what we're talking about at the start of the game. They do some good things, but
Busselton have lifted, but they're just not getting the results.
No,
just for those little niggly things that they're just falling down on.
Haywood about 30 metres from defensive goal. He just chips over the top towards Fleming. Again, they're still in that defensive 50. Now it's the next kick that's going to hurt them because they just don't have the movement. Who wants it? He chips wide out there towards the player there in Gazna. He goes wider towards his teammate there in Jack Williams, is it? He's right on that far side at half-back.
There's players there leading 80 metres away from the ball, unless they know something we don't know.
Well, it's not a bad kick. He's kicked that down the line.
Yeah,
Crichton
they do know
he
something.
Can't take the mark. Comes towards Bunbury. Have 3 or 4 on the ground. Handball 1, handball 2. Berraclough drives that towards half forward. In front there is the Busselton players. He paid the mark. He is. A chop to young Kobe Haywood. So he's got Bowman. He elects to go to Parkinson. He squeezed that wide to that far wing. I'm not sure that player is out there. He's taken an uncontested mark. He's got nothing to go to. He handballs wide to Perks. He's Haywood again. He kicks that ball to half forward. He's dropped mark there by the Bunbury player. Picks up and squeezes that out of bounds
on the full
for young Jack Oliver.
And that's the trouble. It's all right to get that feed from behind, but you need to have something up front to kick to.
Yeah. Like I said, they're just a bit defensive. They're almost like they're too scared to pull the trigger on stuff. He goes deep. Oh, the Bunbury player didn't take the mark. Comes to ground at half forward. Johnny Meanmore picks up. He hit a long handball back. Good pick up there by young Joby Haywood again. He drives it forward. Aussie Jack comes out. Now Busselton have an opportunity. They have 2 players running back towards the loose ball, and it just beats them over the line before Brodie Howe could get his hands onto that, and it's gone out of bounds right next to the point post.
They need to make the most of this one, John. They need to just keep nibbling away at this. As you said, Bunbury extended their lead after a very good start of the quarter by Busselton.
I got the 2 players mixed up earlier. It was Radic on this wing that had a couple of bad minutes, but anyway. King does the ruck work. No, it wasn't Young Parsons. Slaps it on the boot. Oh, good
That's a
mark
good
out
grab.
there. That was a real good mark to Jack Williams above his head
I'm going
under
to put
pressure.
him down for the CPR outdoor.
That was a good mark. He
mark
comes
of the
back
day.
inside to half back, inside the centre square to the captain Ethan Bowman. He goes off the back foot, drives that towards Crichton. You put this in the boot. Oh, what's the umpire going to play? Call, play on. Good pick up there by Mateo. He goes one way or the other, still spinning. Drives that towards Crichton. Drives that towards Chinnery. Is he taking the mark? Play on's the call. Passes handballs to the goal line, and the bald-headed Aussie Jack just works it over the line for a behind. Busselton moved to 2-1-13. Trail Bunbury 7-4-46, and we've played about 10 and a bit minutes into the second quarter. Long kick comes out. Gribble, handball over the top. He's got two players running. Heisman, he could bounce his way to goal here. He goes one. He got the long handball inside. He's going to get a second one back. Good handball back over towards Heisman. He should have kept running. He's got Horton. He's in the box seat here. Drops short. Picks up. Good handball towards field. He's 40 metres out. Screws that around his body. That's going to roll through, Craney.
That is.
That's gone through for a goal. That was a good goal. It was a good bit of play, a good hard running there by Heisman. He linked
I'll tell you
up
what,
two
it
or
all
three
started
times.
from Jesse Gribble down here.
Yeah.
He was in a horrible situation. His handball was a really good offensive handball. He just must have caught Heisman out the corner.
He worked his way down. Horton, it was at his bootlaces, and Field was able to keep running and get there front and centre. Got an easy handball and made the most of the opportunity in front of goal. So it was a good goal there. As I said, Bunbury 8-4-52, leading Busselton 2-1-13 as we go about 12
They look very
minute mark.
sharp when they actually get a bit of a move on, don't they,
Yeah,
Bunbury?
they're not super quick, but their ball movement's
Their
quite
ball
good.
movement is very good.
Ruckman at it again. Perks and King. King over the top. Connor Walker. He goes, feeds back. No, he doesn't. A bit of a tease there. He goes out wide to Bilsich. Good play. He just puts that up. Horton in the box seat. He's got a number of Busselton players. The umpire's called a hold. And Horton will go back and kick for 5, Craney.
Kick for 5 already in the first half.
Soft kick, but it was, I suppose, if they're there, they're there.
He's creating a big headache for the Busselton guys.
But Busselton had 4-on-1. The 3 in front stayed in front instead of one working back and coming over the top and helping out Kemp. If you've got to get the numbers back, one at least has to come in over the top and destroy the footy and give the fullback a chop.
Well, he needs a bit of a hand down there, doesn't he, Kemp?
Yeah.
He's a bit undersized, and I'll tell you what, Horton's been around for a while. He's a seriously good player.
That he is. Well, he's put that through, Craney. That's how
That
good
is
he is.
number
He's kicked
5.
5, and we're only 13 minutes into the second quarter. Not even.
It just about filled up my column already, John.
9-4-58 leads 2-1-13, and we're, I said, 13 minutes into the second quarter. This could be a very long afternoon for the Busselton Magpies if they...
Let's go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil over at Kelly Park. Flyer though.
Yeah.
And this one here, Busselton, well, they need to find something. They come in, as you probably would have went in favourites, so they lost a few of their personnel, but they haven't showed much to date.
No, Kennedy and King.
Oh,
King
that's
just
too
grabs that
easy.
out of the air. Well done. He just whacks it onto the boot. Foot race out wide there. Field can't. Bounces backwards. Oh, well done there by Fish. Now he's beaten to the footy by Bilsich. He's having a good day on that wing. Just pops that up. Out comes Horton. Oh, they both go to ground this time. The Busselton player in... the captain there, I think he's still captain, Ethan Bowman. He's the recipient of the free kick. He's about 40 metres out from his defensive goal in front of the scoreboard.
And don't forget, we're looking for our best on ground too, thanks to
Good
WA
kick. That's
Carpet
a great
Supermarket.
kick into the middle of the ground. A good kick and a good mark by Brodie Howell at the true
They
centre
need a bit of
halfback.
precision.
Yep, he's got Meadmore moving for him. Number of players encroach over the mark there. Play on, umpire said now calls play on. Oh, he's taken high after he kicks it. Play on again. 2-on-1. Crichton's been held, but it's good enough. He's got numbers inside if he wheels quick. Probably after last time he's not game. He has this time. Oh, he's just found his teammate there in Howell, is it? Number 11, Kobe Howell. On a high half forward. What's he going to do? Hasn't got a lot of options. He has to go toward the big fellow in Chinnery. Just pokes at the centre half forward. Oh, that's a free kick.
Actually, that was a pretty well weighted kick.
It was. The good mark there by McDonald in front. The Bunbury player come late. If the umpire had blown his whistle half a second earlier, that would have been a 50-metre penalty. He just chips out wide, and good running there by, who is it? Patterson.
He's been all right.
Yeah, he covers the
Parkinson.
ground. I've sort of been Parkinson. It is. I can
Yeah.
call him Patterson. Paddo's not playing today.
Paddo's not playing.
No.
He'll be quite happy you give him a bit of a plug anyway, though, John.
He tells me he's good, so that's how good he is. He's getting a kick and he's not even here. But no, he has. I've been watching him sort of out of the corner of my eye while the play's been away from him, and he does cover the ground. Opportunity to reward himself here. Is something wrong with that footy, or it's just
not spinning too good, is it?
Definitely hasn't spun for anyone today. So Bunbury through Berraclough goes one way the other. Handballs to his teammate. He's given it off to Kerwin. He goes one way the other. Denham King, he handballs over the top. His teammate McKenna Taylor slipped. He's taking the ground. Play on's the call. Handball one way or the other. Busselton can't take. Oh, no one knows what to do down there. Berraclough again. Handballs forward.
Just
Denham
those
King
numbers.
whacks the boot into that. Up onto the wing goes.
Beautiful pick-up by
was
Wood.
a good pick up there by number 21 in Jet Woods. He's handballed to Trey Field, is it? That's Hamish Hall. He's tackled in the middle of the ground. That was a good tackle, Croney. That definitely was a good tackle.
Hamish Hall, we'll put that one down, John. You want to put that one down for the Bunbury Mower service?
Yep. Oh, that's a push out. The umpire's seen that. Right in front of umpire Matt Stewart. So I think Stevie Wonder would have seen that one. It was that obvious, that push. So Chinnery's got the opportunity to go back and kick his second. He's going to kick from about 30 metres out.
And do they need this? This is a bit of an understatement.
Understatement, Craney. 9-4-58 leads 2-1-13. Can he just squeeze that gap up, get him back within 6 goals and give him a little pulse? So Bo Chinnery comes in. There's a 50-metre penalty now.
Well, that'll make it a lot easier for Bo, I'd reckon.
Yep.
And I'm even going to put that down in there.
If he misses this, mate, he might as well jump the fence and keep walking. He's going to kick from the goal line. He ain't missing this.
Well, there's no man on the mark anyway, so he just pops it through.
That's good. The young kids behind the goals don't have to go chasing. So Busselton's 3-1-19, trail Bunbury 9-4-58. Can they string 2 or 3 together? That's the big ask. I see Jed
Well, the
Kemp's
stupid part, if they did, they could work their way back into this. As we know, the modern game is a bit of a different, you can work your way back in from a fair way back.
Yeah.
Thanks to MGIB too, like a good neighbour. MGIB is there. That conditions report from Garage Doors Southwest, it has not changed. It's a magnificent day for football here at Payne Park.
I think that wind's dropped off already to almost have no effect at all. The ball's not spinning well. I think that's more the ball that you get them some days. But up they go again. Jamin King just drops that down towards... Niski picks up a loose ball. Cooper Niski, he's the recipient of the free kick. He drives the ball forward. He just chips it over the top. Gribble's put under pressure. He goes to ground. Out there's Fish, picks up the handball, goes over the top to his teammate who's cut off there.
Well, they need the next one, don't they, Bustle, to get 2 in a row, just to get a bit of hope going into the second half. Yep.
Tenardi laid the tackle there, so we've got a ball up on that far wing.
Mind you, Bunbury look very, very good when they get that run on.
They have. Over the top went Lee. He handballs wide to Nardi. He has one bounce. He can have another one if he wants. Drives that ball forward. Out wide. Crichton one-on-one. Almost takes a mark. Brought to ground. Number of players go to the deck. What's the umpire going to say? Give it to me. And we'll have a ball up. About 40 metres out on that far side for the Busselton Magpies.
They're the ones you'd like to see Crichton clunk.
Yeah.
He has those days where he can actually get them.
It just didn't get the elevation. I know he had nothing to jump off, but normally he's straight up. King brings that down. Who's going to run onto the loose ball? Bunbury have the numbers. Berraclough, he handballs back towards Aussie Jack. One way or the other. Put himself under all sorts of pressure there. Is that going to go out on the full? Oh, the Busselton player there was pushed under that. Almost a free kick. Play on as a call. Picked up there by Denham King. He hooks that around onto the wing direction. Number of players come out. Fleming, he can't take it. Gribble, front and centre. Bang. Handballs to Berraclough. Now they're away. Great tackle there. Oh, he just slipped it. Oh. Inside it went to... the Bunbury player, I think that's Gilchrist. He drives that in forward. Out the back's Niski. He just read the flight of the ball way too easy.
He was always going to have that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And once again, Gribble sets it up on the outer side. He's a dangerous player. Yes, he's midfield.
Yeah, well, he handballs to Creasy who's run through. He's put him under all sorts of pressure now. He's broke the tackle. Goes back towards Kupinski. He said, I'll have a shot this time myself. He has, and Horton just couldn't take the mark on the goal line. It's gone over the line off fingers, and we'll have a
Gee, I thought certainly he was going to have a shot for that, John.
Yeah. So Busselton drive the ball out wide towards Tenardi on that high half back. He's got nothing really to kick to. Over the top he goes. Inside the centre, just on that wing is Damon Lee, is it? He's taken in the mark. No, it's not. It's Brody Howe. Nothing really to give it to. This is the trouble. They do a couple of quick transfers and then they become stagnant. He's forced to kick down the line towards Fleming. Over the top was
once again
Connor
to a 4-on-1.
Yep. Busselton, Bunbury win the ball through Jamin King. He handballs wide out there to the player there in, it looked like Daniel Perks. He's run the ball over the line. We'll have a throw in on that far side on the forward of the wing for the Magpies, but they're just struggling to get inside their 50. Inside 50s are very low for them today. Walker is head over the footy. He can't take it. Now it comes towards Heisman. He's got a loose ball. Just whacks it onto the boot. Who's running? Who's going to win the race this? Number of players, Busselton. Oh, he's misread the footy. Johnny Meadmore, can he take it? Handballs over the top to Howell. What's he doing? One way or the other. Wants to get back onto that left foot. Nothing to kick to. He's just forced to slap that onto the foot towards centre forward. Bunbury have the numbers. 4-on-1. Over the back there. The Busselton player taken without the footy. Play on's a call. Now he's tackled the ground. And the umpire says, give it here.
It's just those moments with Busselton, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he had clean hands then, the ball would have went out the back.
And they would have had loose because Bunbury had 4 around that, so there had to be a couple loose somewhere. Centre half
well,
back.
You'd like to think so, John.
Yeah. Hall, handballs over top to Gribble. He tries to fend off. You're in trouble. Ooh. Well, he's paid the high fend off. Would have been dropping the ball anyway. So, either way, Gribbs, I think you were going to get done then.
Yeah, that's right. He tried to get it himself.
Yeah. The handball goes towards, is it Damon Lee? He squeezes that kick towards half forward. Out comes Crichton. Oh, 2-on-1. Ball squeezes wide here to Kennedy. No, Drew Clark. Can he pick it up? No, the Bunbury player in Kerwin squeezes that ball down the line. Is that young Bilsich out there? I think it might be.
He's having a
No,
blinder.
it's not. That's Stenhouse. He squeezed that ball inside the crease on the high half.
Look at the run here.
Again, look at this.
Bills
now he has. If he doesn't have 2 or 3. Oh. He got the bad bounce, but he's going to be good enough to get around. He's going to get that ball forward to half forward.
He had
Busselton
a panic
player
out there.
He did. Over the top, the number of players went. Tenardi trying to work the player in Gilchrist is off the line of the footy. It wasn't Gilchrist. Number 17 for Bunbury. It was McKenna Taylor. Not a bad effort. He squeezed that through from behind. He kept his feet.
Don't you love game of footy? Paul Bilsich had an absolute panic out there, and that ball just
I think he was
turned directly on his head.
Yeah.
He probably seen the goals coming up. I just run into one.
I think anyone would have there. He had that much time. Anyway, Busselton bring it into the back pocket to Jack Williams. Got his hands on the ball a little bit this quarter, which is good. Oh, just too close to the man on the mark, and Cooper Nissi's smothered that. It's gone out of bounds about 35, 40 metres around towards the visitors' dugout. In front of the ambulance gate there, we'll have a ball in. So Bunbury 9-6-60, leading Busselton 3-1-19 as we go into about the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. Bunbury player couldn't quite take that on the full. Number of players comes through. Lee picks up. He goes one way or the other. Howell picks up. He just slaps it onto the left boot. Bunbury going to have the run of the footy here. Kerwin, can he take it? He does. He spills it. He takes it. He gets a little chip in. There's a free kick off the ball here. Don't know what that was for. He called us a block, but that's how you shepherd, isn't it? Anyway, the recipient of the kick is Radic. He's at half back. He runs inside. Onto the left foot. Down the line towards Crichton. Just got himself a touch under the footy. Picked up there by, I think it was Stenhouse, was it? He squeezed the kick outside. Goes towards Denham King. What's he going to do? Handballs back. Yeah, it was. He didn't overcommit, but he made him think about what he was doing. Berraclough at halfback just chips on that wing to Bilsich. He's had a day out so
They're
far.
running amok, aren't they, the Bunbury side?
Certainly are. When they
Thanks
get out
to
wide,
City and Regional Fuels.
Good mark there by Jamin King.
They're running on super, aren't they?
They certainly are. Kerwin's followed that footy down. He's got it about. He just chips that ball inside, and there's a relay free kick. Is there?
No, it's going back to...
He's brought it back, has he? I thought it'd be a relay. Horton wants it.
No wonder when you've already kicked 5.
So it's going back to, well, wing half forward, whatever you want to call it, Kerwin on that far side. This time he just chips in towards Heisman. He just wheels and whacks it onto his right boot. Inside, Busselton have the numbers. A good mark there by the rest, the ruckman in Fleming. Not Fleming, it is, where is he, Kennedy. He gives it towards Howe. He just drives that ball. Now who's going to win the footy? No one could take it. Young Clark couldn't get his handball away. Now picked up there by Creasy. His handball goes forward. Bunbury are called to play on. What are you going to do, umpire?
He's going to bring it back. Is the umpire?
Once you call play on, that should be it. Anyway, Parsons picks up a loose ball. Lazy kick across towards Heisman. He goes one way or the other. Oh, that was... Anyway, picked up by Kerwin. He's going to run into an open goal. He's got an easy shot, and he's put it straight through the middle of the ground, middle of the goals, from about 45 metres out. And that's how easy it was. That was a terrible bit of play by the Bunbury getting that across. It should have been a nice crisp handball. But he had that much time and space at the top of the 50-metre arc that he could do what he wanted, and he did. He took 3 or 4 steps. It just...
Fireplaces in Hearthouse, Bunbury and Busselton. And I can tell you what, Bunbury are absolutely hot, John. They are running amok in this Payne Park here this afternoon.
Their spread's been good, and their wingmen have held their ground. And when
I
Busselton,
like what he's done with his wing too. He just rotates them and they're not losing anything from it.
but Bilsich has been on that far side. He's in front of us now, but if he hasn't had 10 or 12 touches this quarter, and he's been able to run and carry, which is very dangerous, just by holding his ground. So Ruckman at it again. This time the Busselton Ruckman in Kennedy. He can't get a good handball out. In there goes Bunbury through Stenhouse. He handballs back to field. He handballs back to Stenhouse. Now a wide kick, and it goes wide there to the player in. Just can't pick him up. Woods, he drives it towards Gribble. Right out on that far wing. He just chips over the top to Denham King, who's run from halfback. He just runs. He's going to kick that inside right onto the 50-metre arc to McKenna Taylor, who takes the easy. Some marks playing in front. He just chips that golf chip up towards Horton and carries the other side of him. Meadmore picks up. He handballs towards Gazner, right on the siren, and I think Busselton might have been lucky the siren went, even though they had ball in hand, because Bunbury had numbers in front of them. So right on half-time, the Bunbury Isuzu scoreboard reads 10-6, 66 Bunbury, leading Busselton's 3-1-19, and Craney, it's all one way.
It is a very dominant performance from the Bulldogs in the first half of football here this afternoon. Hopefully Busselton can go into the rooms and work out a way where they can chip away at this lead, but it's going to be a big ask. We'll be back after the break for the half-time summary. 3 goals, 1-19. Thanks to the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill for the half-time show, or the break if you like, John. But we were just sitting talking while you were away on a break. What can Matt Jamison do with his Busselton side to get them back into this contest? And the answer was not very much, we don't think. We've just got to find a bit of run and stun, because Bunbury have been all over them.
Yeah, they just got to throw caution in the wind. They haven't done it so far. Just have a crack, just go for it. If it goes back the other way, it goes back the other way. I see if Kemp's out of the game. I can just see him there, or must be going to hospital or something. He's got a bit of a ice pack on the elbow. So
yeah, he went down on that far side with a bit of a problem, so makes it a little bit worse. Just going through the goal kickers for Bunbury: Joel Horton, 5 in the first half, pretty handy effort. 1 to Trayfield, Nishki and Creasy, as well as Steinhouse. And for Busselton, well, it makes a bit of poor reading. Bo Chinnery has 2 and Agnes McDonald has 1. So a long way back for the Busselton Magpies. But I'll tell you what, one thing they don't do is they don't throw in the towel easy, the Busselton Football Club, and they'll be looking at ways to get back in there. Yeah, even if they don't win the game, John, they'll be looking at trying a bit of different stuff.
Yeah, they just got to stay in the game. There's some guys there playing their first or second game of league footy. They got to look at it as an opportunity to say, well, I want to be here next week and the week after and the week after. I want to be a league footballer. So the only way you can do it is just prove that you want to be there and do your bit. Let's be honest, they're not going to win this game of footy unless a miracle happens, and they don't happen very often. So they've just got to, instead of getting blown out of the water, which could quite easily happen, they just got to hang in there and just do their bit in their area and try and minimise their losses and go from there.
Third quarter underway. This is SEN Spirit, and this is John Bajetta.
So there's been a call out of Shepherd straight away, so hold on to Nardi. So he's going to get him forward at the start of the quarter. So towards Chinnery goes, no, towards Crichton. He's moved back forward. Oh, almost a good mark from behind, but he's first back onto the footy, onto the loose ball. He screws that from about 45. That's
wobbling.
Be a good
start if we were going.
That's wobbled and wobbled. The goal umpire went one way or the other, and has come back to the right side of the post as far as the Busselton Magpies is concerned. A real good effort by Liam Crichton. He's put the first on the board with inside 30 seconds. Good bit of play by Tenardi. Chinnery led one way, Crichton went the other. He probably dropped what he would normally take. Quick to the ground.
Western All Power Services goal of the day, because that's about as good as what we've seen today. And
I think that edged its way in front of the young Bunbury lad that kicked the good one, Stenhouse, earlier.
Yeah, well, Crichton needed to do that, didn't he, to find a little bit of confidence back in this. And that's exactly what they did at the start of the second quarter, how Bunbury worked their way back into it.
They got to get another one. Kennedy and King. King this time, down towards Heisman. He just drops that. Number of players around it. Picked up by Creasy. He just slams it on the right boot. Picked up there out wide from the Busselton play. In goes Howe. He goes one way. He's tackled by Bilsich. He's brought to the ground. Umpire calls, give it out, and we'll bounce it up. So good. It was young Gazier then. He done well to retain possession and didn't give it up. So Kennedy again, over the top, way over the top of King that time. Picked up by Tenardi. He's got his hands on the ball. Out wide towards Meadmore. Couldn't take it. Picked up there by McKenna Taylor. He handballs in front of Gribble. On the bounce he picks up. Goes towards his teammate there in Bilsich. He handballs backwards towards Taylor again, I think it was, just slapped that towards you-know-who. Horton just wanders out on his own, takes an uncontested chest mark, 20 metres out directly in front.
He won't get many more easier marks than that, Joel Horton.
That's disappointing for the Busselton guys because, they've got the first goal straight away. They've worked a little bit there, didn't hand the footy up in a tackle, got good numbers around the pill, and then just to give up an easy one like that, that's 6 inside the minute into the third quarter. So that's disappointing. 11-6, 72. Plays 4-1, 25, I think it is.
Thanks to the Bank of Queensland too, John.
Yep,
for their support. And they support the coaches here. The coaches have made a few moves and changes to try and make things happen. But, gee, when you allow one to go through as easy as that, as I said, there was another turnover on the half-back line for Busselton. They could have been going forward. And it ended up with Joel Horton for number 6, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Are we backing him in for 10?
Well, the way he's going and the way they're going, you say yes.
That's a big lead.
Back in the middle of the ground. They kick 4, they got to kick 7 to get back in it. Kennedy and King, up they go. Kennedy over the top.
Doesn't sound like good odds, does it? No. Sounds like the odds me winning lotto.
Tenardi over the ball. He goes one way out.
Good
handball. Handballs again towards Howe. Gazier it is. He picks it up onto the right boot. Whacks that down towards Crichton. He can't take the mark. Just a touch high for him then. Picked up there by the Busselton Bunbury defender and run it over the line and out of bounds. We'll have a ball up in front of just around from the scoreboard, which reads Bunbury 72, Busselton 25. Early stage of the third quarter. Ruckman at it. Chinnery works his way to the front. Takes clean possession. He's tackled by King. Lost the footy in play. Picked up there. Oh, that was a throw. Picked up by Chinnery. He handballs back inside. Crichton runs onto a loose ball. He's tackled. Well done. Oh, that's a high tackle there on the Busselton player. Play on's the call. Again, the loose ball picked up. Squeezed out of bounds. No, it has been paid eventually. Must have been, I rection that's been socket over.
I reckon that's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah,
right.
I think it was. I think Kobe
watching
Howe.
the replay here that Dean Lomax puts up, and it would come off a boot.
Kobe Howe
Oh,
checks
that'll
on.
be
Tell you what, that's not a
Tell
bad
you
effort.
what,
Crane.
he's had a crack at that.
He said to Crichton, I'll raise your 10 on yours. And he's put that straight through the middle from the impossible. So
I think that might have to go down as the Western All-Pets goal of the day too.
yeah, it keeps the pulse pumping. So they go to 5-1, 31, and trail 11. The instigator in.
He's been good all day, hasn't he, Tenardi?
But he
as
needs
he
support.
always is.
He needs support around him, and the guys, they know he's going to win the footy. Just peel off and get there and support and get yourself an easy possession.
We just, thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour MGIB over there, beautiful goal.
Back in the middle of the ground, Jamin King, he's tackled. The ball falls loose to Heisman. He drives that ball forward. Oh, Bunbury player there couldn't take it. Run, young Parsons goes one way or the other. Shows a bit of candy. And again, he wains one way. I tell you what, Craney, that there is a fairly good effort for a young player to hold his composure. He sold the candy not once but twice from about 40 metres out on a slide angle. He said, anything you guys can do down the other end, I can do that little bit better. And he's right up, put his name up in the contention for goal of the day.
For the Western All-Pets goal, for our rising star, thanks to Hemp Brothers, Western Australia's most trusted hemp-based products, John.
Yeah, it was a good effort, and that's Bunbury got a few young guys coming to the side this year, and if they can sort of stand up and do that sort of stuff, then it's going to hold them in good stead going forward. Back in the middle of the ground, Ruckman at it again. Kennedy up, he wins the knock. Oh, good take there by Patterson. He's tackled to the ground. What's the umpire going to do? He said, give it here, we'll start again. Almost slipped the tackle, so...
He's been good, Parkinson.
Yeah, he's got a bit of the ball. There's a good tackle there by the player there. I can just pick him up in Trey Field. Back at it again. Walker, he just gets his boot to ball. Dribbles that forward towards Gribble. He's pushed off the line. Dribble by Gribble, pushed off the line.
That was a bit of a lack of respect for Jesse.
Oh, word association. Bustled on the far side, out wide towards Patterson. He marks on the true wing position. He's closed down by Bearcroft. Chips it up towards a teammate there. He's all on his own. He's gone back. I don't know why. And Howell, is it? He chips towards player there, Chinnery, was it? No, he couldn't take the mark. It was Angus McDonald just over the top. Bunbury got the numbers around it. The umpire's going to call a ball.
Well, you're right there. He just went back where he probably should have wheeled and went and give his forwards a bit of a chance.
Obviously no talk out there because I didn't see the Bunbury player till he come in late, but he had 20 metres, so he could have played on and drove that to the top of the goal square. Anyway, players around the footy. Walker picks it up. He just drives it onto the boot towards the centre back position. Who's underneath it? Johnny Meadmore. He can't take it. Oh, through there went the player there in young Woods. He's pushed off the footy. Number of players around now. Who's going to pick up the loose ball? Woods back in there. Picked up there by Walker. He squeezed the handball out. Now it goes over the top to Heisman. He goes the better of Fish. He pushes that ball towards Horton. He's going to slide in. He's going to take a mark in front of
no
Bowman,
way he's passing that off.
He would be 40 metres out. He's probably going to kick from about 46, 47. He's on a slide angle, and I reckon he's looking at 7, Croney.
I reckon you're right. Parsons was heading towards that goal square, but I think Big Joel thought, it's my day. My day.
No, he's going to own it.
It's been a bit of a goal fest in the start of this quarter.
Yeah, I'll say it's opened up.
The Harvey Norman interchange benches getting a big workout today as Bunbury swapped 3 for 3.
Yep. And Horton comes in. What's he going to do? He's going to kick from 48 metres out. That's actually spun true, and it's gone true, has it? No, it's just gone to the right. It's through for a
It's a trick
score.
with Big Joel. I have to chat to him after the game.
He should have floated that one. Every other one's floated, but floated straight. Yeah. 12-7-79 leads 5-1-31 on the Bunbury Isuzu scoreboard.
Around the grounds to Geograph Civil and Kerry Park doing very well, John.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised, not surprised at the winning, but the scoreline probably. Tenardi takes that mark from the kick in. He plays on that far side, runs down that wing, drives the ball towards half forward. Who's coming up? Good work there by Kerwin. Move the Busselton player. Crichton runs onto a loose footy. He just hacks that onto the left boot. So
test your running skills here.
Got the run of the play here through Radic. Will it sit for him? He goes one way, keeps it. He's a left footer. Smart play, just pops it. Oh, it was a floater, a horrible floater. Went out towards play there in Hamish Hall. He just pops that over the top. But Bunbury have the numbers.
It's a bit of a Busselton's day. They had 3 around it and it went to 3 Bunbury players.
Exactly. Great tackle there by Tenardi, but the player there slipped the tackle there in Hall. Over the top it goes towards field. He's going to be taken. It should have been tackled, not bumped. Play on's a call. No, Bunbury have the numbers. Hall picks up on his left foot, tips over the top. Who's going to win the race to the footy? Looks like a player there in Woods. He basketball bounce that. Doesn't come back to him. Kennedy hits it inside. Now a number of players around it. No one can pick up a footy. Oh, it's going to roll out of bounds. No, Bunbury just keep it in. Is that Parsons again? One way and the other. He likes doing that. All on his own. Oh, no, Heisman. He had a player come to him. But Bilsich again held his ground. He's going to run inside.
He deserves
50.
a goal, this young man.
He passed it instead of being greedy. But guess what? It's gone over the fingertips of Ethan Bowman. Landed in the arms of Joel Horton. He's gone, thank you very much, for number 7. From a metre out, he just slapped that straight through the middle. Bunbury go to 13-7-85, leading Busselton 5-1-31, and Horton moves to 7.
Gee, they can do no... up for him. Just around the grounds for Geograph Civil. Kerry Park 9 goals, 8-62. Lead the Harvey Bulls 1 goal, 4-10. Eaton 6 goals, 5-41. Lead Dunsborough 3-3-21. So those scores haven't moved a bit. No. So hopefully they'll get upgraded very shortly.
As you said, it's when you're having a bad day because that little chip come back into the middle, 30 metres out for Busselton. 3 players around it and it bounces in the middle, end for end. Bunbury pick it up, run down the other end, kick a goal.
And there's not much you can do about them days, is there?
No, when you have them, you just got to suck it up. Back in the middle of the ground, no ruckman can get to it. Walker wins the footy. He's on hands and knees, squeezes it out towards Parsons. He's wrapped up, good enough to get just a toe poke. Kennedy picks up. He drives it back towards for Busselton. Good mark taken there by Denham King.
Pretty well done by Barraclough there too. Just got himself in the road.
Yeah, and that's the difference. They're working for each other off the ball as well. He just kicks that ball long towards Creasy, all on his own on that far wing. Has a couple of steps off. So he got Horton coming out. Good spoil there from Bowman from behind.
Oh, I reckon he's going to have a kick though.
Anyway.
Trifle unlucky.
He was very
unlucky.
They were
both going at a fair bit of pace.
They were. They both had a head of steam up. Horton, he ain't going to play on. He's going to go back and have a shot.
Let's not be kid ourselves here, Joel.
No. He fooled his teammates, mate. He didn't fool us old blokes up here. We knew exactly what he was doing.
Who's warming up for Hearth House? Well, the Bunbury Bulldogs, they are just on fire. They are complete control of this game. This is a massive margin.
Lining up for number 8. He's on that far half-forward flank. He's going to kick from 49 metres. That's spun right. It ain't got the legs, has it? It has, but it's on the shallow side. It's through behind. He would add 10 if he kicked straight, Croney.
Yeah, well, there's still time for him to get him, isn't there?
So 86 plays 31, halfway through the third quarter.
Not what I expected coming to the ground today.
No, Meadmore brings it in. He comes out towards Howe. Over the top went Niski. Good mark there by Howe under pressure. He just pops that on. Oh, lazy kick, but Damon Lee's good enough to make it and mark it. Nothing on offer. Unfortunately, he's going to have to go long down the line. He's got Chinnery in a one-on-one. He's got Aussie Jack. Who's going to win? Oh, good muscle work by Chinnery. But again, nothing over the top, so they've got to wait for the numbers to run down. He's kicked it over the top to Crichton, but he's surrounded by Bunbury players if it comes to ground, which it did. Oh, almost there by Tenardi. He's still foxing himself over. Well done there by Mitch Tenardi. But outnumbered, Bunbury just had too many numbers. Denham King receives a handball from Walker. He handballs wide out on the far side there to the player in Babbage. He has a bounce. In the middle of the ground there, guess who? Bilsich. Chips it towards... Jesse Gribble, he hasn't had so much space in a long time. Out of Horton, just couldn't get that first step away quickly, but he's run onto a loose ball. He goes one way. Here comes number 1. Unselfishly, handballs to Heisman. He just checks side from the goal line. That's number 14 for Bunbury. That was a good team goal. Horton unselfishly give away an opportunity to kick a goal. Bunbury go to 14-8-92, leading Busselton 5-1-31 on the Bunbury Isuzu scoreboard.
Jesse Gribble will be loving life. Normally he's in the centre, and for many, many... together.
Yeah, I said they lost Martin, but a bit more nous there now, so... you know, it's not always going to come in on a crisp as what it has today, but if you've got the smarts around that know what they're doing. Again, he didn't blaze away. He waited for Horton to move. Joel just half slipped on his first step. Otherwise, he would have marked that on the chest, and no doubt he would have.
Tell you what, Bunbury are full of fuel at the moment, thanks to City and Regional Fuels, John.
So the ruckman go to it. Young Parsons wins the ball down. Howe, he's had a bit of ball today. He's done well. Parsons able to bounce off a tackle. Don't bump, boys. Away it goes. Guess who? Gribble. He handballs towards field. He ducks his head. He kicks that towards the back. Fleming comes out. Double fist the footy. Mateo out there. Can he pick it up? One way through his legs. Now he squeezes the handball to... I had a blank there, Craney, but Horton's fumbled on the goal. I was watching him. I was about to say he's got number 8, but he fumbled. I say stuff asked around. He fumbled. He made a fool of me because I was about to say there's 8, and he mocked me altogether. Didn't even go through for a point in the end. So Meadmore's got the ball at halfback. He's called to play on. Drives it to the wing in front of us. Parsons in the box seat. Kerwin comes over the top. Courtesy of it rolling on Parsons' head. He's got the second bite. He's taken the mark. In the middle of the ground is Creasy, all uncontended. He slips onto his left boot, goes towards field. He's nudged under the footy.
Nice mark.
The umpires, I thought that was a pretty good mark then.
So, gee.
I thought that was a fair. It was Hamish Hall. He's a recipient at centre forward. He just unloads that towards guess who? Horton. He's in the box seat in front. Oh, ducked his head at the last moment. The spoil come over the back. Meadmore couldn't take it away, but Busselton have the numbers. Play on. No, the umpire's called a kick.
Johnny Meadmore.
No, now he's called play on. So Busselton have the ball in the back pocket. Jack Williams, what's he going to do? He's going to come down the line, but it's all Bunbury down here. Right towards Parsons. Biggest bloke there. He takes an uncontested mark. Right in front of the Bunbury coach's box. He's looking for Horton. What way is he going to go? Oh, there's a good lead there. Oh, there's a horrible kick. And Trey, is it? It's Hamish Hall. He's taken a mark about 40 metres out, directly in front. I think the kick was intended for Woods there, but it helicoptered and it fell short. And Hall was in front of the pack, and he's marked uncontested, 40 metres out.
New Bunbury coach Troy Hollands will be absolutely loving what's going on here this afternoon, because Bunbury are doing all the stuff right. As you said, John, they've got to run, but they're working for each other, and they're creating enough options for each other. They've got many options to choose from for the ball carrier.
Yep, they have. In he comes, 45 metres. Horrible looking kick as far as spin, but it's carried the line. There'll be no goal review, and I reckon that's a goal, Craney.
I reckon
what's happened there?
We're going to kick to Busselton.
He's paid a push, has he?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that was lucky on Busselton's behalf, because I think that cleared the fingertips. So the ruckman, he's handballed out wide.
They're having trouble getting it out of there.
Bowman squeezes it down. Oh, that was out on the full. I could see that. But anyway, Patterson, he squeezes back inside. Parkinson, Paddo, hope you're enjoying your holiday.
Paddo's getting a lot of kicks today.
He's done very well today. So the Bowman now has one bounce. What's he got on offer? Parkinson, he just couldn't take the half volley. 35 metres out for a defensive goal. He's wrapped up. The umpire said, give it here. Lucky there to get away with that. Horton had him done cold as I think Joel was
We're
thinking
going the
number
best
8
on
then.
ground for WA Carpet Supermarket, and I tell you what, young Billsy just put his hand up for it.
Yeah, he'd be hoping Horton doesn't kick anymore, otherwise it's going to make it
Yeah,
hard.
a bit hard to not give it to someone who kicks 7.
That ball's gone nowhere. There's a number of players around it. As I said, we're 35, 40 metres out of directly in front of the Bunbury goal. Horton's going up. He tries to slap that back. Oh, well rove there by McKenna Taylor. He says thank you very much, but he shows you how to squeeze it through. Just inside the left-hand goalpost as he look up the field. And
Nice
through
goal,
for
that
another
too.
one. I think he's
Beautiful
kicked a
bit of
couple
reading.
now. I did say before the game, I think this kid can offer a bit to Bunbury, and from what I've seen so far today, he's been fairly impressive. I think
for Bunbury throughout the afternoon. A lot of the young players have done, they've done a good job, but they've looked like they've settled into league footy without missing a step.
yeah, it's funny. I said before the game we might not get a true indication because a couple of the guys that they've squeezed in, we said they definitely didn't need them, and they haven't done a hell of a lot. When I say they haven't done a lot, they haven't influenced the game, Creasy and Nitsky, so it'll be interesting to see how Bunbury go forward when they bring a couple of others in. Sometimes it's you walk a bit taller when you've got better players in your side, so we'll watch them over the next couple of weeks and see if today's a true indication, but I think they're going to be around the place from what we've seen. Up they go again, Ruckman at it, line ball, picked up there by King, Denham King. He squeezed the ball on this far wing. Players come to meet it. Babbage couldn't take it. Now goes towards Nitsky. He goes in, comes out the back, goes one way or the other, beats the tackle, just pops it over the top towards Kerwin. Meadmore comes at him. Meadmore wins a race to the footy, keeps it in front of him, picks it up. Any support, good handball over the top. He got a number of players. Goes Tenardi, he receives on the right foot. He drives in towards Chinnery, just over the top. Babbage couldn't take the mark. Good tackle there, Aussie Jack. Good tackle there on Crichton. He's slung after he's got rid of it. What the umpire pay? A ball up. Yep. So right on the 50-metre arc in front of the Busselton coach's box. Up it goes. Kennedy, and he goes over the top. Brings the ball down. Well done there by Tenardi. He squeezed over the top to Parkinson. A good defensive mark taken down there by the Bunbury player.
Gee, Busselton look like they've had enough, don't they?
Yeah.
They've been run ragged. It's always very difficult. We've all played in games like that where the opposition
just
seems to have a lot of players.
Oh, knee in the back there. Picked up there by Nitsky. He's got Gribble in support, but the Busselton player there in Howell, is it? He's just run the ball over the line in front of us. It's Gazner.
It always looks when you're in a situation like this, it looks like there's 30 of them.
Yeah.
You're trying to man them up.
Doesn't matter what you do, yeah. Thrown in front of us. The Ruckman going at King over the top. Run on there by Nitsky. He just wanders through. Squeeze a handball to Babbage. He goes forward to Heisman. He just onto the right boot. Goes towards Horton in a one out. Well done there by, even better work there by young Woods. He gives a handball back to Horton, who I don't know what Joel was doing there, but that's gone, rolled it.
Gee, he showed a little bit of class then, didn't he?
Yeah,
Woods?
young Woods front and centre, as you say to your crummers, and he couldn't get it any better than that. It's just he probably should have kept going on his own then, but unselfishly give it back to Horton, who's just rolled that out of bounds.
I think
from
his
a long
mum
way out.
Simone just about went to kick that with him.
Ball in, 20 metres out for the Bunbury goal. Taylor, he works one way, the other, gets around the tackle, slips for 3. Oh, just shallow on the right side, the check side.
Bunbury
good effort.
have turned it on.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence, and they're just playing with a bit of arrogance, which is good.
You give us our Garage Stores Southwest conditions report, and they've made the most of some very, very good conditions in Bunbury this afternoon.
They certainly have. Bowman misses his target there. Tenardi's going to run on it. He just soccers it under pressure. Matteo, good pick up there. No support. He squeezed that handball out wide.
They just haven't got time to get rid of it.
They haven't. Fleming picks up a loose ball. He goes towards Howell. He just slaps it on the boot. It'd be a relay free kick, is it? Yep, down the field. Or is he going to drag it back on the wing there? So is it Tenardi on that far side? I can't see it. No, it's the Ruckman there. He's going to take the kick.
It's Tenardi now.
Yep, he handballs over the top. He just drives that to half forward. Crichton, he can't mark the footy. Right with him there was Perks, who wins the race to the footy. Out of bounds she goes in front of the scoreboard.
15-10, and we haven't even reached three-quarter time.
15-10, 100, plays 5-1-31. Busselton haven't scored this quarter, Craney, and we've had a couple of big scores this year.
We have it, yes.
South have kicked the bag a couple of times. HBL have kicked the bag a couple of times, so it'll be interesting to see when they all play each other. Anyway, at half back, picked up there by Fish. He squeezed, it wasn't Fish, it was a player there in Clark. He squeezed a handball out. Now, Crichton, quick handball over towards Gazier. He's got the roll bounce. That's better. Or was it Parkinson? When he turns around, I'll see who it is. Yep, it was Parkinson. He's been busy. He's tried his heart out all day, and he's got rewarded then, so well done.
He has. He showed a fair bit, hasn't he, Parkinson's? Or Patterson? Which one are you going to go with, John?
We'll go with Parkinson. Get our laptops
back
out.
in the old days, we had budgets.
The pigeon fly some names in so we know who's who. It's been a long 5 months off the scene.
I tell you what, the lists have changed considerably.
They certainly have.
Over the summer.
Throwing a spanner in the works for the commentators.
Well, normally you get sides will majority will stay the same, but some of these lists have turned on their head.
Well, then we had Busselton today, had 3 or 4 changes once the list went in, and regulars that we know would have been a bit easier to call. But anyway, that's our bad luck, and we've got to get it right. Up they go in the middle of the ground. Well done there by Gazner. He's come through, couldn't take it. Oh, Niski just robbed that out, gone towards Horton. What's he going to do? Oh, good spoil there by Bowman. Bustle just hacked that out through Kennedy. Picked up by McKenna Taylor. Unselfish, he just squeezes a little kick out towards Hamish Hall.
McKenna Taylor has had a good afternoon.
Yeah,
there's not too many Bulldogs who haven't had good afternoons, but there's been some real standouts.
Yeah, I think the last couple of years he would have been handy. Would have added a bit to him. But anyway, he's back now, and he's definitely stood up today, that's for sure. So Hamish Hall, he's going to kick from about 45 metres out directly in front. In he comes. Horton's down there on the goal line. Puts that up. Straight as...
Very classy is Hamish Hall.
Gun barrel straight over the goal line by his head. 16-10-106, plays 6-1-37. And we've been playing 23 and a half minutes into this third quarter. So
we're looking for a CPR outdoor centre mark of the day too, Johnson.
Yeah. Just get the boys to bomb it in. Get something out of the day.
Gee, I tell you what, Bunbury didn't know quite what to expect and was rocking up to the ground today, what they've produced, but they have been absolutely outstanding in all aspects of this game.
Back in the middle of the ground we go. King and Kennedy. Kennedy again wins the knockdown. No one can take it. Good handball there from Ninsky towards young... it's Hall, is it? He's picked up the footy. It's Field. Actually, he drives it forward wide. Meadmore over the top. He's got Damien Lee. He's been in and out of the game. He gives it back to Meadmore. He had players right on his hammer there.
And that's the story of the day.
Yeah. They just haven't had the run from several players to be able to spread that handball, which they've always been very dangerous at. So today they've had one runner. He's been under pressure, and they said, well, he's running. I'll give it to him, but he gets slammed into the deck.
And Bunbury have just made that even worse because of the amount of pressure they've put on.
Well, it's been easy for him because there's not enough run. The only player that's running, you chase him. And in
Connor
numbers,
Walker's been pretty handy around those stoppages.
Yeah, he was the one in the middle. I didn't get his name out, but he started that from the middle of the ground here. Bunbury got it at half forward. Gribble can't take it. Stacks on the middle, just on top of the 50-metre arc on the boundary. A couple of players getting to know each other a little bit closer. Bit of a waltz. Anyway, we're going to have a ball up or a ball in.
Nice to have a little bit of a dance in the forward pocket every now and then.
Right at half forward for Bunbury against the boundary. Got a ball up. King and Kennedy over the top. Kennedy. He's rucked quite well. He just hasn't had enough on the ground to be able to get some good takeaways. A high tackle there, was it? Yep. The Busselton player when he gets up. Parkinson. He's probably been, him and Tenardi have been their best.
Oh, without a doubt.
There he goes. A little handball 1-2. Oh, field directed kick, and that's a good mark by young Oliver. Right in front of us at the interchange at PC Payne Park. What's he going to do? Number of players ahead of the play. Up they go. Who's going to mark this? Oh, Busselton spoiled himself. No, it wasn't. It was Field. Now Busselton, who wants it? Number of players around it. No one really wants it. Handball comes out. Field can't take it. Now Busselton through Gazner. He just toe pokes it through as a high tackle. When he gets up, we'll see who it was.
Once again, that tackling pressure from Bunbury.
Yeah, Brody Howell at half back. What's he got in front of him? Not a lot. Fish leads up. Clark leads up. There's no one there. Nothing appealing. He just chips wide. Left foot kick driven down the line. Now Crichton. Over the top it goes again. Just that game that he's an inch or two away from taking their marks. Picked up again there by the Bunbury player in Oliver. He drives towards a teammate there in Hall. He handballs towards Creasy. Onto the left foot. Tries to find Horton on the lead, but cut off there by Matteo. Picked up there by the ruckman in Fleming. He drives out wide towards Kobe Howe. What's he going to do? He kicks 20 metres back to Bowman just to hold the footy to be safe. So they're trying to play a bit of keepy-offs. There's, again, not much moving. Now Meadmore leads. Nothing up the middle of the ground it goes. Good mark there, the player there in Brody Howe. He just wheels and goes out to that wing. Players running forward.
That's
Who's
a good
going to go?
kick if it bounces.
Tenardi. What's he going to do? He's going to try and break the tackle. He's tackled without the footy. Yep, the umpires played that well there. He just didn't take full possession of the footy. He knew he was going to wear the tackle from young Oliver, which he did, up towards Chinnery. He marks at 35, 40 metres out from goal on a slide angle.
Given any chance, Chinnery will take most of them grabs.
He's actually from the opportunities. If you look at the score, 6 goals, he's kicked 2 of them. I'll say he kicked this will be 3. When he has had the ball kicked to him, he's done his job. So
But give him a percentage to kick to, at least the percentage in his favour.
Yeah. If you leave him one-on-one, he's going to be a handful because he's a big boy. Anyway, in he comes. He's going to kick from right on 40 metres. Good left foot looking kick as he just pushed it to the left as we look at it. They move to 6-2-38. Trail Bunbury 16-10-106.
Must be getting very close to three-quarter time, I think, John.
Yeah, the siren should be about to sound at any stage. Got a wall here. We can't put our heads through to see how close we are, but we know we've been playing about 28 minutes.
And just go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil.
Out it comes towards Parsons. Good mark
front.
There by
Out at Eaton.
Play on. Ooh, have they?
7-7 to 6-5.
Oh, Walker, good handball out towards Parsons.
Oh.
His legs fell off. He should have been paid the mark.
That was one of my golf shots, John.
Well, a lot better than mine, mate, because I can't play. But anyway. There we go,
That
Craney.
is it.
We ruled the siren, and right on three-quarter time, Bunbury 16-10-106, lead Busselton 6-2-38 on the Bunbury Isuzu scoreboard, and it's all one-way traffic with 1 quarter to go.
Another terrific quarter by the Bulldogs. They are absolutely on fire. We'll be back after the Payne Park. For the final quarter, we see Bunbury in front, 16 goals, 10-106 to Busselton, 6 goals to 38. A very, very big margin to Bunbury. They have been outstanding. Thanks to KFC. KFC is the big win. And Dale Alcock home southwest. It is a massive margin. And all Bustle can try and do is try and win this quarter, John.
Yeah, I think that's a big ask as well. The way they've been playing and the way Bunbury have been playing, they're poles apart. And the scoreboard's probably 10, 11 goals. It could be more.
Just to Geograph Civil around the grounds, you've got a couple of scores there, John, from Kelly Park and out at Eaton.
Yeah, Kerry Park were 11-5 or something to 3-4, and Dunsborough have hit the front 49 plays 42. So Eaton were 3 or 4 goals in front most of the game, so Dunsborough have hit back.
Interesting game out there.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to get the close one here, but we have far from that. We're not very
again,
far
mate.
away from the last quarter. Joel Horton is currently sitting on 7 goals too, if you don't mind. So he'd be no doubt looking for a couple more to finish off his day at the office. And by gee, there's been some very good young players. Ballers are hold aloft. You're listening to SEN Spirit, and this is John Bajetta.
Up they go. King wins the knockdown this time. Field, he swings onto the right boot, drives it into half forward. Out comes Parsons, meets the ball, goes one way or the other. You drop the ball there, son. Play on's the call. Picked up there, loose ball. Oh, not picked up by the Busselton play. He's overrun it. Now he's picked up the footy. Handballs towards Damon Lee. He's got Meadmore outside. What's he got to go to? Nothing. He squeezes up. Guess who? Bilsich. He just checks eyes that inside. That's going to go to advantage. McKenna Taylor, is it? He picks it up. He's slammed to the ground. Play on's the call. He kicks good enough to hit Heisman. He goes towards Horton. Just uses his body. I was going to say drops what he should have taken. Didn't matter because he was at top of the goal square. Drolls through number 8 as easy as you like. Actually, one thing, Craney, at the start of every quarter with inside, 45 seconds, inside a minute we've had a goal in every quarter.
Absolutely,
so
yeah. It was a bit of a goal feast that last quarter, actually.
Yeah, it was. There was plenty happening. Again, that was good work there. Taylor was strong.
Yeah, that's opposite to what Busselton needed, but it's a carbon copy of what's happened to most of the day. Bunbury just just doing what they like. And I like the way Bilsich actually picked that little check side kick to where he
Yes.
wanted to go at advantage. So he didn't just bomb it in, he made it work.
Ruckman again. Kennedy over the top. Picked up there all by field. He's dropped the footy. Play on's the call. Now the umpires give him a free kick, has he? Yep. Worked that one out. Everyone's looking at each other. Bunbury's free kick. Field swings out wide towards Denham King. Kicks a bit wide. He's good enough to take it. Over the top he goes to a teammate there.
Good luck picking the best players for Bunbury tonight because they're everywhere.
I'm not sure who that is on the far side. I can't see. They never turn around and show us their number. Horton's just
He's
slipped
got that again, I reckon.
He had front position. He read the flight of the ball. He slipped around the back of Bowman there and just take an uncontested mark. Nothing the backman could do.
I'm running out of space on my page, Joel.
He's. I was going to say before that centre bounce down, Craney, we'll see how much they feed him to get his 10, but that wasn't fed to him. That was just kicked in long and high, and he was good enough to mark it. So he's gone back. He's going to kick from about 35 metres out.
I know he's kicked the 8 or 9 goals, but he's done a fair bit else too. He's worked his way into this game very nicely.
Not bad considering he was going elsewhere a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's right.
deliberate kick straight over the goal umpire's head. That's number 9. They move to 18-10, 118. Lead Busselton 6-2-38. It's been a while since Busselton had a touch-up like this, and they well and truly got one today. But anyway.
Yeah, look, and even on the flip side of that, Bunbury to be able to kick 18 goals in a game of footy, it's good signs for them.
Yep, it's only early days.
Day where stuff just works.
Yep.
And you have a day where stuff doesn't work, and that's been Busselton's day.
Yeah, it certainly has.
And Bunbury, they've had a very, very good afternoon.
They certainly have. Ruckman out again. Kennedy, he wins the knock over the top to lead.
Oh,
Little handball. Parkinson's just rid into the ground. Yep, that had to be a free kick. Oh, not good for Busselton. The Ruckman is now running towards, he must have copped a stinger. No, he's throwing his arms up. He's going to keep going. Well done, young fella, big fella. Up towards Crichton. Oh, that's a free kick. Play on's a call. Handball out the back towards Walker, is it? He breaks the other way. Drives it, sees a player on the wing leading towards the footy. Out there towards Woods. Good mark in front. He handballs to a running Denham King. He drives the ball to half forward. Over the top there, Parsons. He can't mark the footy. But, the runner at the back there overrun the footy. Now, Busselton player through Mateo. No, Howe. He can't take it. The umpire's called a throw. He's going to draw it back. Is he? Yeah, everyone's a bit confused, but it's going to be a Bunbury free kick about 60 metres out from goal towards...
This is turning into a very big possession.
It's Babbage, is it, on that far side? The umpire's called him around.
You wouldn't go to Horton, would you? Joel's saying, kick it to me.
Well, what's he doing? He's going to play on. Handball, Taylor handballs to Babbage. He goes out wide to Kerwin in front of the scoreboard. He just sits it up. Now Horton's not there. Out the back is Ninsky. He can't take what he should have taken. Gribble's going to run on a loose ball. He's well tackled there. That should have been dropping the ball. Play on. It's gone out of bounds. That was a good tackle there by Perks on Gribble. Probably lucky he didn't get penalised then. Anyway, we've got a boundary shrine about 30 metres or 25 metres around from the Bunbury goal, deep in front of the ambulance gate at PC Payne Park. Parsons, he slaps the ball back inside. Busselton pick up the player. Tenardi, he can't take it. Now it goes towards stacks on there. There's a number of players at the bottom. Picked up there by Woods. Handball out. I don't know who that was. It was a quick kick out of congestion by Gribble, was it? Everyone's giving him the high fives and pats on the head. So we'll mark that down to Jesse Gribble. It was a quick handball out. He just snapped that. He obviously knew where he was standing to where in conjunction with the goal. He's over his left shoulder.
He would have kicked 1 or 2 over his career, wouldn't he? Of course.
He's kicked the from the same spot. Went on.
In the forward line, isn't it?
Yep.
But Bunbury just keep pushing on.
They
and
certainly
to push
do.
Past 19 goals in
That's
a
big
game
score.
of footy.
19-10, 124, plays 6-2-38. And we're 5-6 minutes into the last quarter. This could be a long last quarter, Craney.
And the Bank of Queensland, thanks very much to them. Both the coaches would be polar opposites at this stage
King
of the
wins
game.
a knock down towards the player there. Berraclough runs from halfback. He receives, runs through the middle of the ground, pushes it wide. Out comes Woods. He's going to mark it on chest again. he doesn't take him out in front, but he seems to just make. He's got a bigger body. He's got that bread basket ready for it. Horton, he can't take it. Fleming pushes the ball forward. Horton works his way back on it. He's got Gribble outside. Oh, the good cut off there. What's the umpire paid now? Throw. Joel's been penalised, so Fleming is the recipient. He just comes straight across the face of goal towards Bowman, I think it is. He has one bounce. He's got time for another one. He has another bounce. Inside he goes to a teammate. I'm not sure who that is. Young Howe, I think it was. Horrible kick down the line. Good tackle there by Gaznia.
But that's also the options that they've got in front of him. Makes them kick around the lines. People didn't run to the leg. They were inside.
I think the umpire's done a calf there, Crony.
I think he has.
He hasn't got much meat on that leg, but he's hobbling around like a lame duck now.
He was struggling before.
He certainly was. Good pick up and kick there by Radic. She's been serviceable today. Well done by Denham King. He's picked up, good tackle, well hung on there. And the umpire said, yep, he's whizzed you around 3 times. Good tackle by Jack Williams. He's a true centre forward. What's he going to do? Oh, good kick in there to Chinnery. Good lead, good kick, and a good mark. So he's marked the ball directly in front, 30 metres out. He can go back and kick his third.
They've got 3 umpires out there. You think you might give that that young fella a bit of a rest? He has, I don't know whether it's cramp or he's got a bit of a calf problem there.
By the way he's stretching, I'd say he's got cramp, but with the way he pulled up, I thought, oh, here we go.
Bo Chinnery, after number 3.
Yep. He's directly in front, so no excuse. And he's kicked it just inside the goalpost for a goal. So much needed goal, 7-2.
Is that the comeback started, Johnny Bajetta?
Yeah. Yeah, they might be right if they can play an extra quarter and Bunbury go and have a shower. But anyway.
We're looking for the tackle of the game from Bunbury Mower Centre to the mark of the day for CPR Outdoor Centre and the goal of the day for Western All Pest Services. So we'll see if we can...
We're a bit light on for the mark of the day. There's been
We've
some
got
ripper
plenty of
goals
goals.
kicked.
Absolutely. Stats Wilson Bury, thank you very much for them, but they are very heavily weighted to the Bunbury Football Club as they've been absolutely dominating.
They certainly have. 124 plays 44.
As Aussie Jack.
8.5 minutes.
He's looking to come back on through the Harvey Norman interchange bench.
Ruckman again. Perks couldn't win tonight. Connor Walker, he runs on it. Can't take it with him, but he's back in there again. Over the top there went Perks. Tenardi, he just whacks it on the boot toward Gaznia. Well done. Good pick up there on a low scoop on the right hand. He chips down the line to a teammate. Not sure who that is out there. He just squeezed that ball to centre forward. Tenardi standing on that half forward flank. He's done his bit for the afternoon. He just wheels and goes in towards Crichton. He's had a what-if afternoon, but he's good enough to run back on a loose ball. Handballs over the top to a teammate. That ball just couldn't hold its line. Faded away. Brody Howe to the left. And that's what happens when you have a day like that, Croney.
Yeah, absolutely. And most people go through them.
Yep. Kerwin plays on. No, he's told to bring it back. Denham King's still free. Are they going to man him up? No, he comes out this side this time. He comes out towards McKenna Taylor. He's going to take an uncontested mark in front of his opponent there in young Conroy. Ouch. What did the umpire pay? 50. I just took me off that. Must have been late, was it?
Yeah, it was only marginally late, but he's been very good this afternoon.
Yeah, Connor Walker.
Connor Walker, thanks to MGIB.
He's been at the bottom of a lot of packs.
MGIB is there.
Comes out wide to Aussie Jack. He takes a mark with the player coming back in his face. Goes one way or the other. What's he going to do? Where's Horton? He just chips inside towards player there in field, is it? Oh, good effort. Held his ground. He's got the late contact and drawn a free kick.
Gee, I like the way they work for each other, the Bunbury side. There was a couple of Shepherds in there.
Gets a long kick in towards Horton. He's 2-on-1. Bowman comes across the front. Well done. But Gribble, he just roves that loose ball. Check side off the side of the foot, 3 metres out, rolls it through. Bunbury go to 20 goals, 10-130, leading Busselton 7-3-45. As easy as you like. Just read the play.
We'll see if we can get around. Leave Harvey Bulls 5 goals, 6,
and
36.
And 47 plays 57 out at Eton. Dunsborough with the 10-point advantage.
Oh, that's going to be an interesting one too. Dunsborough did that last year. They copped an absolute belting, but they played South Bunbury last week, and South Bunbury in red-hot form.
Yep. So back to the middle of the ground we go. King wins a knockdown towards Gribble. Was it Niski? Got the quick handball out. Heisman drops what he should have taken. dragged off the ball, picked up there by Fleming, is it? Good kick across his body there towards the boundary line. It's going to beat everyone over the line and out of bounds. And we'll have a ball up in front of the Busselton dugout.
Yeah, who were scratching their head down there a little bit, the Busselton dugout. I know they were a bit undermanned, but they would have been expecting a little bit better than the performance this afternoon.
Yep. Woods goes over the back. High tackle there on Tenardi. The umpire was on the wrong side to see that, so we'll have a ball up just inside the 50-metre line in front of the Busselton coaches box in the Bunbury.
I still think 3 o'clock is too late to start a league game, John.
We won't go there. We get in trouble enough, Crony. Gribble receives a good handball out from Walker. He squeezed that kick. Oh, almost a good mark there by Field over the top. Meadmore picks up. Good slick handball out to Gaznia. He handballs again wide to the player there in Howe. He's got one way. Horton, handball. Don't handball, Joel. Have a shot yourself. He goes out to Heisman. And that's why you have a shot yourself, Joel, because he's kicked it out on the full.
I think Joel was looking for every way possible.
Yeah.
He could turn around there, but he just ran out of options.
Yeah.
20 goals, 10, 130 Bunbury to 7 goals, 3 to Busselton. That is a massive score.
Yep. So they bring it in across the face of the goal to Drew Clark. He's driven the ball towards Bowman. What's he going to do? He's just inside his defensive 50. Again, there's just no options, and that's unbustled-like, as we say. He's forced to squeeze that kick towards Perks. Good sliding mark. He handballs out wide towards the player there in Kobe Howe. He kicks out well to Fish. He marks in front of us. What's he going to do? Just chips down the line, up and under. Out comes Chinnery. What's he going to do? Ooh, the player there in Babbitt should have marked that. Play on's a call. Picked up there by the player there in Radic. He drives that forward. All Bunbury, they have the numbers. Good sprawl coming over the top from the player there in Perks. He knocks that out of bounds. Around 60 metres from the Busselton goal. The Sting's gone well and truly out of this game, Croney.
Yes. Yeah, there's too big a margin in this one.
Yep.
Although Bunbury, they'd be enjoying themselves out there.
They certainly would be. A number of players around this. No one can pick it up now. It is Connor Walker taking high. Play on's the call. Picked up there by Aussie Jack. He runs through the middle of the ground. Just kicks that up and under. Who's going to mark this? Too easy there. Clark. He's just come out. I don't blame Heisman for not wanting to fully commit at this stage of the game. Why get hurt? You got next week?
I think he's done quite a bit this afternoon.
Certainly has. Field. He gets a handball over top to Gribble. He's just inside the centre square. Goes one way or the other. Gives it to Aussie Jack. Gives it back to Gribble. He's check sides his right foot. Where's Horton? He's not down there. Good mark, defensive mark taken down there by Bowman. Played in front of Woods there and took the almost uncontested mark. What's he got to kick to? He's got Parkinson. Still,
who, as you said, along with Tenardi, they've tried
hard.
Very, very hard.
He kicks
Speaking
to
of Tenardi,
yep,
and they go back.
Yeah, well done. He's forced to handball back. Flat-footed was Fish. He handballs out to Howe. He goes wide toward Gaznia. He's going through the fingers. It slips. Field gets a loose ball at the back. He handballs back out to Denham King. He hasn't seen much in the last 5 minutes. A bit cooled out there now. He missed what he should have taken, but he's going to get a free kick for a hold without the footy, is he?
I think everyone will be wanting to warm up,
yeah,
get that half-hour's feeling, John.
Like I say, they've been standing on a half-back flank and the ball hasn't gone anywhere out there, and all of a sudden it comes, you're a bit rusty when you bend over. That ball's beat everyone out of bounds. It's rolled in front of the scoreboard.
And Thornton wants it back into the middle. He doesn't want it out there.
No good out there. 2010, 130 plays 7-3-45. If you're sitting at home, it's been all one-way traffic from the first quarter onwards.
Stats, thanks to Wilson Brewing, are very heavily weighted towards the Bunbury side.
Horton,
will this
one
be
on one. What's he going to do?
Yes,
He's going to mark
a
it,
great
Croney.
mark.
That's exactly what he's going to do. He's marked that in front of Fleming. He's marked it about 20 metres out on a slide angle. He'll go back, what are we, 9 or 10?
I think he's after number 10.
He's after number 10, is he?
This will be goal number 10 for the big fella.
He's had a good afternoon, whichever way you look at it. There's nothing better than seeing key forwards get plenty of opportunities, and they're good enough to go back and put them through the sticks. So a couple of the boys have had good starts this year. Jared Humphries has kicked a couple of bags. Horton started with a bang. So in he comes, about 20 metres out on a slide angle.
There's a bit of a hush around the crowd, isn't there?
He steered that, and he tried to steer
it.
No, the wrong side of the post. Instead of belting it over the fence, he tried to be too cute.
And he knew it too, the big fella. That's a big afternoon. As you said, the forwards have had some good ones. Jared Humphries had some big afternoons out at HBL.
So Bowman plays on. What's he got out the far side? It's all Bunbury. Denham King does it. No, Jamin King takes pretty much an uncontested mark. He squeezed that kick into Aussie Jack. It was Parsons was on the lead, but Aussie Jack slipped in front. He's taken a mark about 40 metres out, directly in front. He's handballed back to Horton. Horton's, can he kick this one? Yes, he... No, he can't. No, he can't.
It was good by Aussie Jack, though,
Yeah.
trying to feed him in.
Yeah.
Bunbury working for themselves. They've done a fair bit this afternoon.
Yes, they've put 20
Percentages
30
on the ladder
shots.
are going to be huge, John.
Well, there's nothing like percentage at the start of the year because it's very hard to get later on, and then when you play sides in the wet and you win, but you know someone else plays them in the dry and they get the big score and you don't. So nothing like getting it on days like today when it's fine weather. When you can, you go for the throat, and Bunbury have definitely done that today. Bowman comes out towards us. Who's underneath it? Gaznia. He's just nudged off the line of the ball there by young Oliver. He's called to play on. Squeeze that ball towards Aussie Jack. In front there was Fish. He's taken a one-handed juggle at halfback. He comes out towards Meadmore. That was a shocking effort.
There's a game on out at Eton too, John, because Eton have just hit the front. 9-5-59 to Dunsborough, 8-9-57, thanks to Jared from our man giving us information.
I thought there's a hold there to Horton, but the kick's gone towards Bowman.
It's getting a bit dull here too.
It certainly is.
At Payne
59-57, you're right, Croney. The message is starting to come through thick and fast. Close game was the comment.
Exciting out there.
So Busselton drive
always a good crowd out at Eton too.
Yeah, you all sit in one spot, so it makes the atmosphere a lot better than what it is. Howe handballs towards Parkinson. He's got nowhere to go. He goes back towards Howe. He's taken a tackle by Creasy, is it? Umpire's called a sling to Howell after he got rid of it. No, it's to Parkinson, so it's right in front of his coach.
I see Dean Lomax barracking for Eton because he tipped them in the SEN tipping comp.
Bowman up towards Fish. Now he handballs to Howell. What's he going to do? He drives to the wing. Up towards the player there. He's had not a bad afternoon, is Radic. He squares the ball across to Howell. He drives the ball out wide.
He's tried hard too,
He has, to Hayward. Hayward, what's he done? He draws Howe towards him, handballs to him. He can have a bounce if he wants. On his left foot. Not the best sort of spinning type of kick. Up there was his teammate there in McDonald. He takes it one way. Now he's lost possession. Denham King, is it? He handballs to Aussie Jack. Well tackled. He's dispossessed. King, he's smothered. McDonald can't take it. Number of players around it. Is it going to go out of bounds? No. Oh, Crichton's pushed. Play on's a call. Now Walker's going to run onto it as he just kept his feet, pushed through the contest. Goes one way. Comes up towards Gribble, is it? He's got a loose over the top. He's got two. Good shepherd there by Hall. Goes back towards Gribble. He runs to the top of 50. He just chips that towards Horton. He's kicked that about 12.5 metres. The umpire says that's a mark. In front of the scoreboard, Joel Horton will kick from probably right on the paint at 50. He's on a slide.
Well, he's had a couple of goes for number 10, hasn't he? And has gone very close.
And Dunsborough have hit the front, 60-63. Dunsborough's way, not long to go. So it's a close one out there. Bit of a...
Well, Dean Lomax just bashed to death. So actually, he bashed to the wall.
So Horton comes in. What can he do for number 10? He's going to kick right on the paint. That's a good-looking kick, Croney. That deserves 10
is
on that
number
kick. And
10.
that's gone straight over the goal umpire's head. Well done to Big Joel on 10. He's kicked 10 to the 21. Bunbury blokes come around and celebrate. I'm not sure if they all know that he's kicked his 10. But that he certainly has. And he stamped his name all over man of the match today.
Well, actually... We're going to go pretty close to our time out here, John, so we'll start running through some... Very warm replies from a pretty healthy crowd as he walks right in front of them. There's no better place to want to pass the members when you've had a good afternoon like that.
Yep, certainly has.
And there'll be a very happy little club rooms down there in the Bulldogs kennel.
They've had a clean sweep today, I think. I didn't get here early, but I think that's how it went, didn't it, with the Colts? Taylor slung to the ground. That's got to be a free kick. Play on should be the call. Bilsich has picked up a loose ball. He drives that in. Horton's not there, and he's copped one for his troubles. And the umpire says, you're going off, son.
Yeah, I think there's a card here. He has.
Got a little rib tickler. Well, so it's 20 minutes are gone, so he's probably going to sit off for 5 minutes before the siren goes. But we've got a free kick down the field. Now the crowd's getting a bit vocal.
So Seth
I don't think
Madio.
there was no malice in that. It was just
a little bit late. Seth Madio comes off. Now there's a bit of a spell from the Harvey Norman bench.
So 21-12, 138, plays 7-3-45, and you dare say that young Parsons will add to... Oh, no, it's Jamin King.
21-minute marker, the final quarter at Payne Park as he leans back
straight over the
and
goal
pops
umpire's
it
head.
through.
So it's all about getting percentage. As I said, get it now because you might not have a chance to get it later on. So they extend their lead going all out, and they've had a very, very good afternoon for the footy club.
Gee, I'll tell you what, they haven't had many passengers. So we'll start the post-game soon. Thanks to Lomac Bearing Equipment and Geograph Industrial Supplies. And the goal of the day, John, we'll just run through a couple of them because we've been very, very good. Who did you like?
My memory's only lasted about a minute, Craney, but young Kobe Howe kicked a good check side one. Young Parsons here, I think, well, everything's gone Bunbury's way. The one where he ducked and dived a couple of times and slotted it from about 45. That was a very good composed goal. I think
Crichton's was pretty handy as well.
Yeah, he
kicked
kicked
call
a
a
good
footy
goal.
if you want, John.
But I'd go with Parsons. I think for a young bloke to do, and it was from a fair way out. You know, he got around a couple of players. He didn't blaze away. He had a good look, and I think that was worthy. Snapshots, you get them or you don't, sort of thing. Meadmore's taken down. That's dropping the ball, Johnny. Good tackle by Creasy.
So
in the middle of the
Parsons
ground.
will pick up our goal of the day.
So he's taken a Marcus Sinar forward. He wills. Horrible looking kick inside 50. Bowman must have been touch ball. Play on's a call. Picked up there by the player in Brody Howe. What way is he going to go? He's going nowhere. He's tackled. The ball comes to the deck. Stacks on, and we're going to have a ball up at true centre forward for the Bulldogs. 144 plays 145, a 99-point margin.
We don't want many time-ons. This is getting very late and close to our... So the Western Orpest goal of the day went to a Parsons, a very good recipient of that. The tackle of the game, I think that one was Hamish Hall's tackle.
Yep.
I think we'll just give it to Hamish Hall. The Bunbury Mower and Service press to power. Tackle of the day, Hamish Hall.
Dunsborough have won by 3 points, 61-64.
Wow.
We've just been told.
I'll get a text from the Daniel Wiseman as we have...
That was a good goal there on the run there by... Someone must have swapped the jumper.
Parkinson.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was 6, it was 8. So he's had a good afternoon too. So he's done his bit for the Busselton Magpies as young Joseph Parkinson.
One.
He took a real good one.
Tenardi took a good one. Liam Crichton took a reasonable sort of mark.
I think the
Jesse
one that
Kerwin took a pretty good one out here.
I think he had a bit of help from his teammate with a bounce on his head, but I think that one at Gaz's, from what I can remember, so they were a few quarters ago. So as I say, we didn't have a big screamer that we say, geez, remember that. So I'd
Ben Gaza, he gets our mark of the day from CPR Outdoors.
Back in the middle, Busselton on all fours. Creasy, 1-2 handball towards Jamin King. He drives, rolls it forward. No one really wants it. Loose ball picked up there by Hall. He slung as he handballs. Goes Busselton player on top. Fish handballs towards Perks. He's over the top towards Meadmore. It's not going to carry. Johnny goes back in, picks it up, comes out of the contest, swings onto his left boot, drives towards half forward.
Hope we don't get a mark of the day now, John.
No, Denham just dropped one there. So play on's the call. Who's going to win over the footy? Busselton player handballs towards Parkinson. He handballs inside to Crichton. He kicks from right on up and under. That's the day he sort of had, but Chinnery's got the front spot. He almost pulls into one hand. Oh, well rove there by the player there in McDonald. He kicked smothered, but well done by Bunbury. Aussie Jack handballs over the top towards Trey Field. He drives the ball long in front of us here to the player in when he sits for him. No, he just elects to run it over the boundary line in young Stenhouse.
And there's no business like your business, Bank of Queensland. Coaching move of the day, I think that goes to Troy Holland. His first outing with the Bulldogs been very, very good.
I think just having their wingers hold their position has probably given an easy out every time. Where Busselton have been drawn in. So, like I say, young Bilsich has had a great game, and it was just by purely holding his ground. We're going to get, again, on the other side, Hall just hits wide out there to Babbage. He goes inside to Heisman, who takes it right in front of the scoreboard, right on the paint, gets around Bowman, drives to the top of the square, Parsons at the back. He's going to, no, he didn't. Thought he was going to mark that uncontested. Stenhouse couldn't get the loose ball. She rolls out of bounds about 15 metres around from the Bunbury goal. 22-12, 144, plays 8-3, 51.
And I think we'll give that, I think we'll give the Rising Star, the Hemp Brothers Western Australia most trusted hemp products, to young Bilsich.
Yeah, he's had a great game
Had a very
today.
big moment.
So 30 metres out from the Bunbury goal. That's thrown out of the contest. A number of players around it. Who picks it up? Stenhouse. He's one way or the other. It wasn't him. It was young Bilsich. You wheeled him onto that crony. He's just chipped that inside, and he's hit Babbage 40 metres out directly in front. And he'll go back and try and, I'd say we're almost siren time. We've played 26 and a half.
I hope so, John, because we've got it out at 25 past.
Yeah.
So the big moments of Buckingham, the Butchers. I think the big moment was just Bunbury running out in the field today because they were
come out
sensational.
Switched on. They played with a lot of confidence, and they put the result well and truly in the bank today. So going forward, they'll hit the next. I'm not sure they play the next few weeks, but they'll be playing with a lot of confidence. That's for sure.
Peak performance, keeping you on the move. City and regional fuels. The peak performance. I'm going to give it to the whole lot of the Bulldogs. Actually, probably give it to young Parsons. I think the way. And our WA best on ground WA carpet supermarket. Well, I think we mentioned quite a few, but 10 goals is a fairly handy effort, eh?
In 3.5 quarters, he's gone, sat down, iced the foot up. And well done to Joel Horton, right on the siren. Ball up in the middle of the ground. That's it, folks. 23-12-150, plays 8-3-151, a comprehensive 99-point margin. It could have been more. All one way. That's probably the only way to put it, Craney.
Absolutely. Thanks to Linmark Bearing Equipment, we got through all those awards just in time there, John. Absolutely dominant performance by the Bulldogs. They'd be very, very happy with that. 23 goals, 12, 150 to 8 goals, 351. And gee, I tell you what, it's been a while since a Busselton side have been handed a defeat like that. But look, they're a good point. They had quite a few out this afternoon. And they'll have them come back in, no doubt. They'll bounce back in the near future.
I think it's fair to say, like I said, the competition has changed. They're not the Busselton, regardless when the other guys come in that we've seen over the last few years. You're going to get some of the sides from the bottom drag themselves up. Some of the sides from the top probably not as strong as they have been. So you'll see over the next as I said, don't get disappointed or don't get carried away, because the next 3 or 4 weeks you're going to see some results. You say, oh, geez, I didn't expect that, or I didn't expect that. A lot of young guys playing league footy, which is great, but in that you get consistencies or inconsistencies. So you'll see about round 5 or 6, you'll start to sort of see things take shape into who's who and what's what, I think would be the best way to put it.
Running through the goal scorers, 10 goals to Joel Horton, outstanding performance, 2 to Parsons. He was pretty handy himself. 2 to Gribble, 1 to Creasy, 1 to Hall, 1 to Heisman, 1 to Stenhouse, 2 to Taylor. He was pretty handy today.
Very good.
1 to Field and 1 to Nishki. That's a array of goal kickers there, dominated by the big fella Joel Horton. For Busselton, well, not so plenty there. Bo Chinnery, he kicked 3. Looked all right when the ball got to him. Parkinson got 2. I thought he played a very good game. Crichton got 1 and McDonald got 1. Other than that, it was just a dominant Bunbury victory right from the start. I think it was a bit scrappy in the first quarter, but then Bunbury, as you said, they held their own. They pushed their wingers out. They always knew where there was someone to kick to in a bit of space, and they were prepared to work for each other, which I was very impressed with. It was the little things that people don't really see, where you've got a shepherd to let someone mark, and I think that's a sign of a good side.
Yeah, they gelled well today, so going forward, that's their role, to keep it going and see where that takes them to.
And that is it from us from Payne Park. 23 goals, 12, 150 to add a comprehensive victory to the Bunbury Bulldogs. 8 goals, 3, 51. Thanks to our men back in the studio. Thanks to John Bajetta. And we'll see you next week.